everybody. My name is Frankie McDonald. You're listening to SimpCast with Chrissie Mayr. I'm Frankie McDonald.
Aqui, chinamo kikirani, tsai shavakirani, tsai makikirani. I want my winner. I want my baby back, Chili, baby back, red.
Caller, this calls for Ayala.
Hi.
So.
Hey, do you remember me?
Who's this?
Nick.
No.
Last name Gers.
Nick Gers. I don't know names. I don't even remember my mom's name.
Say it again.
If you even tell me my mom, I wouldn't remember her name. Like, I'm really bad with names. How do you look?
When you say my name again, I don't even know if you heard me right.
Nick Gers.
Thank you.
Why? Why do you have to call in like that? Why do you have to call in like that? That's not a good caller. It's a horrible, horrible caller. I'm going to play you a little song.
Nick Gers!
Here.
Oh, Nick.
Me Chinese, me play jokes, me put pee-pee in your cup.
What's up, Vivek?
Hey.
Whoa!
Hey, what's up, guys?
I was craving a Slurpee.
Can I get my change back correctly?
We'll.
I feel like a lot of us are conservative in the way that we just want to be able to say the N-word and it not really matter.
That's all I want. Come on. Is that so much to ask? Can't I just say the N-word? Does that make me a bad person?
Come on, guys.
Violet's a huge fan of yours. She loves censored TV.
Oh, great.
I do. I love your show. Big fan.
All she wants is to be able to say the N-word, but that's the only thing that's holding her back in life.
Yeah.
Oh, it just, you go like this.
How are you and your man?
Oh, Bisconti, he's in hospice. I'm teasing.
Oh,
it's a joke. It was an old man joke.
No, there was somebody in the hospice on meeting earlier, so I was like, oh, geez.
I'm just kidding. He's fine. Oh my God, we're great. I'll marry that man.
Oh,
he's adorable. So.
If my baby's fall out, this was your fault, John. I'm just saying.
Jumping jack. Whoa!
Yeah, don't.
Whoa!
What was it?
Whoa!
Okay, there. I did it. What you take? My baby's fall out. This was your fault,
Whoa!
There. I did it.
Are you winning, son?
Hi, I'm Ali. I'm an English teacher, a dialect coach, and today I'm going to show you exactly what actors do perfectly and terribly when they try to do a British accent. Let's rate some accents.
My kink is British accents. Oh, is that all right?
Cheerio, cut!
Yeah, right then. Bush cheerio.
You're really attracted to this.
Oh, bloody hell.
I had to look up where she grew up and went to school because I genuinely don't know why she's so good. She's not trying to sound perfect.
I'm taking the dog, dumbass. I'm taking the dog.
He's just happy to have the attention. He's just happy to have the attention.
Got tired of my scheming. It's me. Hi, I'm the baddie. It's me.
Our next guest is originally from Danville, Illinois. He enjoys cold beer and hot music. Says that he and his mom don't see eye to eye on his love life. And he claims that his job has cost him several relationships. Please welcome Robert Faggot. Faggot is rather an odd name.
Yeah, it is an odd name.
Speak does not make you intelligent. Now get out of here.
No, Mrs. Stay.
Lisa Kochata.
Happy day. Tuesday, Wednesday. Happy day. Thursday, Friday. Happy day. The weekend comes. My cycle hums.
Your lip. Just kind of get it in there. Fill it in a few different times just to kind of get a real deep color. And then kind of go in here at the bottom.
I'm gay. I have relationships with men, sex with men.
me.
Hey!
They can't. You can't hear on the stream. I don't know if you fixed your audio. There's no sound. Yeah, you're muted.
You are definitely muted. I thought it was just me, but you are.
I've been going like this for like forever.
We can't hear shit that you're saying, girly pop. Time for Talk with Whiskey, Sally, and Lauren Hayden to take over the stream. Alrighty, time to flash titties now. Woo!
Ooh, we're taking over.
Yeah, fuck Chrissy.
Can you hear me?
No, there you go, Chrissy.
Barely, a little. Turn it up a little.
What about now?
Perfect.
You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, wow. Okay. What was the last thing you heard?
Just your intro music. Your intro music played, and then you were not here.
Okay.
Your whole monologue was
Guys,
dead.
if you're in Texas, come see me. Just like Lauren is in Texas right now.
I am in Texas.
Come see me at the Plano Mic Drop this Thursday, the 18th. And for more dates, go to my website, chrissiemayr.com. I'll be in Ohio, San Diego, and Phoenix. So very excited for these shows. My gosh, Lauren, you're dressed to the nines and in front of the comedy Mothership. What's going on? Tell us what's going on down there.
I had a very bad day today, and I wanted to dress up and look pretty and go out on the town because I had a bad day. But that's what's happening. So I dressed up. Now I'm going to have a good time.
You look amazing. Did you have a bad day because of the Charlie Kirk stuff or something else?
I mean, the Charlie Kirk stuff is still like, it seems unreal. Like, I wake up every morning and I'm like, oh my God, I had the craziest dream. Then something horrific happens. And then it's like, oh shit, that's real. It's still very difficult to process. But no, something different happened. Something different happened. So the person who convinced me to move to Austin, Texas, and the person who's like, hey, I got your back if you want to move here. He's also an IRL streamer. So he makes like a lot of money off creating controversy. So he sent me his address and I showed up and I was like, hey, I signed a lease for rent, but the apartment's not available till next month. So I'll take you up on your offer for a free place for like a month. And when I showed up, after 6 months of him asking me to move in, he called the police and said that I would, and then live streamed it. I put it on X. Fortunately, I saved the entire conversation where he's like begging me to come over for like 6 months, but he deleted his half and then posted just half the conversation on X.
This is so much. Was this someone you were dating, Lauren, or just like sort of interested in? Were there like sparks? Was it like were there romantic?
He showed like romantic interest in me, so like I would casually flirt back. I would, but I just wanted a free place to stay for like a month.
I mean, he offered, right? So had you ever hooked up with this person? No. But he was saying to you for months, if you ever come to Austin, you can flop here if you need. Oh my God, that's horrible.
I know.
It's almost like he wasn't watching Content Hotel of the footage of you by the pool.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's whatever. So I showed up. I go into his house. It's honestly a blessing in disguise because I go into his house and it reeks of dog shit, like immediately. And then the cops come. So I go outside and I talk to the cops. And the cops are like, oh yeah, we're here like every other day. And I know that it reeks like dog shit. We're gonna
Does he have
you,
dogs?
Not that I saw.
Okay. So
I didn't see any dogs, but I did see piss and shit on the floor.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you don't want to live in a place like that anyway. You know what? Like we're all gonna pray about it, Lauren. And like there's so many cool people in Austin. I'm sure. I mean, not that I want you like living with
It's
somebody
fine. I'll just get like a new hotel for tomorrow, and I'll do like long. I think I'll do like a month to month for like 1 month, and then I'll just go to the place that I'll rent like for 13 months.
Or like an Airbnb, right? Like that's
Right. I'll figure
like,
something out. It won't be that big of a deal.
But
it's just like the difference between like saving $3,000 and not saving $3,000. You know?
Okay.
It just kind of sucks.
$3,000 is worth your peace of mind, and
true. So true.
You don't want to get in a situation where, like, I don't know, you know, you're with someone who ends up like love bombing you, and then it's like a toxic scenario. So, I mean, this guy sounds retarded.
Yeah. Plus, I've been dating someone.
Ooh, are they in Austin as well?
They are not.
Ooh, where? Can you say where?
I'd rather not, but I think you know who it is. I think you know exactly who it is.
Hold on. Do I know them? Are they a friend of mine?
Yes.
Oh my God. So this is new.
Yes.
Ah, okay. I think I know. I'm not going to say.
It's casual right now, but yeah.
Okay. Wow. I can't, Sally, I hope you don't feel left out. We're just sort of recapping.
No, I'm listening to this story. This is wild. Some guy asks you for 6 months to come live with him. You get there also that he can stream it live and make content with it. This is what I'm dying right now.
It was crazy. It's like all over X right now.
This is horrible. Lauren, do you feel like you're in a place in your life right now where you're dating to get married?
Oh, 100%. Like 100%. Like I don't want to mess around with losers who are unserious. 100%.
Okay.
I am dating to get married. But if I don't get married, I don't think it's the end of the world. Like I do want kids though.
Don't have that attitude. And like, no, the plan is you're gonna get married and have kids. None of this like.
Either way, I'm having kids. Whether or not I'm getting married,
you're not gonna be Lauren. You're not gonna be a single mom. You're not gonna be.
I don't mind being a single mom. I'll happily be a single mom.
I know, but we can do better than that for you, Lauren. We can strive for.
I don't know. It's looking slim pickings out there. I'll tell you what.
Do not attempt to have a baby without a husband, Lauren. Okay.
I will do whatever the fuck I want. I saw your cute little baby and I was like, I want one.
But do you know how screwed I would be if I did not have a husband right now?
Yeah.
And Lauren, you're a very strong, self-sufficient, independent woman. Like and you're not even like I'm saying that without. I mean, you're not like a cunty feminist type either. You're very smart. You're like a friggin' lawyer. I would say you're the whole package. So but that doesn't mean that you don't need a man.
I like the guy that I'm talking to now.
Okay, good. Okay,
yes,
good.
He's very nice. I think I don't know him well enough because I just met him, but thus far he's nice.
Yeah, we're not gonna lay on the marriage talk right away, but it's good to have that as the goal that we're going to strive to.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. You know, screw this guy. This other guy that like weirdly led you on about living with him and then didn't even say no, don't come over. Just went ahead and called the cops on you. How rude.
No, it was crazy. It was absolutely insane. You can look it up on Twitter. It's Action Man.
Oh. Should we look it up, chat? What do we think?
Yes, let's look it up. Please look it up. I'm like, I want to know who this person is.
The Kill Tony guards are fucking with, they're shining a little green light at the camera.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Do you guys want to say hi?
Yes.
Yeah, they want to say hi.
I'll be there next week.
No, come here. You wanted to shine a light. Come here, sir.
Lauren, tell them I'll be there next week.
Chrissie Mayr is going to be here next week anyway. She's a comedian. This is
What is this? You on live stream?
Yeah, I'm on live.
Hi.
Nice. Nice to meet everybody.
What's your name?
Luis.
Louise of the Mothership.
Of the
One
Mothership.
baller.
All right.
What is it?
I love it.
Do they only hire cute guys to work at the mothership? Ask him.
Only hire cute guys. Is that the requirement? They say yes. You have to be hot to work there. Good to know.
See,
That's
see,
very good to
Lauren, do
know.
you like what I did there? Do you like how I buttered them up? That way, when I show up next week,
Yes.
they're not like, "Who the hell are you?"
100%.
I mean,
100%.
they probably will be like, "Who the hell are you?" Because I'm.
No, you're a rock star, Chrissie Mayr. Why would they not know? I'm gonna go up and ask. Hey, do you know Chrissie Mayr spoke for tonight?
I mean, if you. This is great. I'll be there next Wednesday.
Yes. That was fun.
Okay, cool. And we were thinking of stopping by there after Drinking Bros. Okay, cool. Wow. So you look like $1 million, Lauren. Tell us about your outfit. Who are you wearing?
I don't know. I'm totally blanking on the designer's name, but I know Black China has this dress, and she threw a shoe at paparazzi while wearing it. So that's
And you
the
know
claim
what?
to fame with this dress.
Someone needs to take a video. Somebody needs to take her phone so we can see the full.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me put on my red bottoms, and then I'll have somebody hold the
Stop
phone.
it.
Okay, we'll get the
Lauren,
full
why
outfit in.
don't you sell those shoes for an extra couple nights in a hotel?
Oh, because I can afford a couple nights in a hotel. I'll keep all my. I just wanted a free place. I'm still Jewish.
Stop. No, you just know a good deal when you see one.
Free room is a great deal. Like,
It's
I'm
hard to argue
willing
with free.
to
It's
clean
true.
a little bit of like dog shit for a free place.
Oh my gosh.
He calls the cops. It makes you feel like a crazy woman. Like who does this? And they say that women are crazy.
They called
Whatever
me
happened to
Lunatic
you?
Lauren. They called me Lunatic Lauren.
Why didn't he just say like, "Hey, I changed my mind"?
Excuse
Like,
me,
he
can you
offered-
help me? Oh, that's so nice. Can you please? Okay, I'm trying to do. How do you do back out? Okay, back, dual wide, ultra wide, dual camera. I don't know. Back camera. Here we go.
Okay. What you want to go?
You want to film my outfit?
Oh shit! What button do you press on it?
Nothing. You're good. Just point
Oh,
it at me.
Put her on big screen. Oh, there we go.
Hey. Hey.
Wow.
Hey, look at her! Oh my
I
god!
love it.
I love
This
this.
is for Monica Beard. That's all I
Yeah.
I want.
You look good.
I want
Oh
that
my
dress.
god. That's a great outfit. You should get like free tickets in the front row for that outfit. It looks like you're just not wearing pants from the back.
Y'all have to. She said it. She said it looks like you're not wearing pants, but it's a great outfit.
not wearing
It is.
pants.
It's great. She's the pantless
That
wonder.
was nice of him to do that video.
That was so nice of him to do that. So nice.
Lauren is the kind of person who just makes friends wherever she goes.
I love it.
Yes, I love making friends.
Who's performing at the Mothership tonight?
I don't know. I don't
guess I
know.
could look it up online.
I don't know. It was like there's somebody at 8:30 and there's somebody else at a later time. It's like a different lineup. There's like 3 different lineups depending on the time.
Oh, Ian Bagg. Oh, there's a showcase tonight. Okay, and they're both sold out.
I know. So I'm actually just standby. I'm in a wait list.
Okay, you should. Yes,
Aw.
the white list is a good place to be, not the brown list or the yellow list. Okay.
Not the doggy poo list.
Wow, Lauren, I also worry about you tearing around out there by yourself. Are
No,
you?
don't worry about me. I'm a very strong woman.
Okay.
Don't drink any drinks from any men you don't know. Make
All
sure
the
that you
drinks here
don't.
are free. It's crazy. They're
I
all
know,
free.
but make sure that you see them pour your drink. Make sure no one gives you a drink.
Okay.
And
Safety
don't have more
101.
than like 2 drinks.
No, I'm already on my 4th.
Oh my
It don't say.
All right, have an occasional water.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Lauren, you're the best.
pH test strips.
This is wild. So I've just been in a real weird place this week because of Charlie's murder, and I went to church today because it was my adult CCD class. It's I think it's I have to look up what it's actually called. It's called OCIA, which is the Order of Christian Initiation of Adults. Okay, I have to remember that. So I have, we go to the first half hour of mass, and then like the couple of us go back and we like just talk about our readings for an hour. And I broke down. I started crying in church, and then I during the mass, and then I started crying again during the class part because I was just talking about it. And then like I was like, oh, is this all coming up because of just my feelings about Charlie, and also like my dad, or is it my dad's stuff too?
Isn't it his anniversary soon?
Is it both? It'll be 2 years in October. Yeah.
That's what I thought, because I remember that I thought something had happened with your pregnancy, because not many knew that you were pregnant.
Yeah.
And when you'd canceled your show, and because I was planning on watching it, I was like, no idea. Like I
know. I like a lot of people thought that there was something going on there because I was just like a few months pregnant, 3 months pregnant, I think.
But your dad was brutally murdered too, though. Like it's not like just an average death.
I had just started telling people. It was like just at that point where you just start telling people, and that, right? Like I said, that was the last conversation I had with my dad, was to tell him that I was pregnant, and then poof, 4 days later, gone. But anyway, so I was just like bawling today at church, and earlier this week, like we have a neighbor boy who's like friends with my stepson. He's a senior in high school, and then today we saw him at like our local like town fair, and he was saying that he wants to start a turning point chapter at his high school. And I was like, this is so cool. And like me and Frank were like, whatever we can do to help you, like this is really neat, like we can help you get speakers. And it really like warmed my heart. And he was telling me like he and all his friends are just so broken up about it. And the more I hear about like, hey, my 14-year-old daughter, my 13-year-old daughter, like teenagers were really moved and are really affected by this death. And it's like, when's the last time a really young, influential person was murdered like this? I don't know. It's just, and it's just different. And people are so quick to bring up, oh, what about the war? What about this person, that person? It's really different with Charlie, because it's like he was doing the Lord's work and like really doing something profound. And it's really neat to see how much it's like under horrible circumstances, but like inspiring all these young people. So that's been giving me a little bit of hope.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's, as I texted you earlier, it's like it's so surreal. It's not, everybody processes in different ways. It's amazing to hear that kids are able to process it and realize that they have something to add to this country. Something was lost, and they had a duty to step up and add back to this country. I'm still feeling so. It just doesn't feel real yet to me. I'm like, there's no way that happens. Something that's disgusting can't just happen. Like that would be prevented. You know, it just feels so preventable. It's just it's so like, it's just so maddening and dumb, and so I can't believe he's gone in such a terrible way. But I'm glad to hear that young people are getting together and coping with it in a positive way.
Yeah, there's a lot of vigils going on. Sally, I don't know if you've talked at all about this on streams, but like your reaction, or like how you found out, and like, was he somebody that you followed much at all?
I knew. So my son is 20, and me and my son, so he moved out last year, November, he's an adult, it's 20, got a good job, sent him to welding school. So he has a girlfriend, has his apartment, like they've been together almost 2 years, and they're really happy that but not having a college degree is kind of hard. Like some of these kids are like, oh, am I going to be good enough? Am I going to be smart enough? Right. But he looked up to Charlie Kirk. And I remember him telling me, look, Mom, look at how successful he is. He doesn't even have a college degree. He just found something that he liked to do. And he did it. Right. And so kind of gave my son the confidence that just because I saved for my kids to go to college. Once I found out how woke they were, I didn't want my kids to go to college. So I said, you can go to a trade school and whatever money's left over is yours. Like, you can just have it. I have it saved for a down payment if they could ever afford to buy a house. But that's kind of just something I did. And he this summer, he just talked about him. He's like, oh yeah. And my son's the one who got me to like Trump, right? Because I never paid attention to politics, and he went to very conservative, very red where we live. And I was like, oh no. Anyway, long story short, listening to Charlie Kirk really motivated him and made him feel like he could be somebody, and that, that he was okay. So for me, it was sad. I was live streaming. I was interviewing Nick Bryant, who is the author of the Franklin scandal. And I scheduled this last week. I'm 45 minutes in, playing like the victim statements from the court steps at the Capitol, because I kind of wanted, because there's been so much mixed feelings with the whole entire Epstein, whatever happened at DC. So there was a lot of confusion with DC. Were these girls legit? Are they lying? Well, Nick Bryant knows the victims. He knows like a lot of them, because he wrote the Franklin scandal, and he's been covering Epstein for over 20 years, trying to get justice for them. So I was in the middle of interviewing him. I've got people DMing me the live footage. And I didn't dare watch it while I was on, because I'm like, I can't watch this. It's the full unedited footage. And I'm like, and I'm trying to interview this guy that's taken time out of his day for an interview, and everyone
distracting. Yeah.
Well, and I was streaming. So I streamed live, and then I into a space, and I took the space and was streaming that live, so people were able to talk. People kept, did you hear? And I already had it validated through people I know that have contacts that he was dead. Because I live in Utah. So right. I was.
Were you from that?
An hour and a half. I drove. So I finished my live stream, and I'm just like, and this guy I love this man. Nick Bryant is amazing. You should have him on sometime if you ever want to talk about that stuff. But so he said, I'll be on for an hour. And of course, he always stays longer. And I'm like, he's going to stay for longer. And he did for 2 hours. As soon as I got off the phone with him, I was packing up. I got in the car and I drove down to Orem, Utah, because I wanted to get a sense for everything. Traffic was really bad getting down there. And I don't know, I just had this just still kind of not a reality. It's like this guy gets shot in Utah, right? Utah. There's only two. So the No Kings protest, we were the only state that had any gun violence. The whole No Kings protest. Remember that?
Yeah. When was that? Was that right after Trump won, or was this summer?
Yes, it was protesting Trump, No King protest, right?
So stupid.
But Utah was the only one that had gun violence out of all of the protests across the nation.
Wow. That
had anyone shot. And so, and then this had happened. They actually sent, I don't know if you guys saw this, but they sent around a petition 2 weeks ago. 1,000 people from UVU signed it. I actually screen recorded it from, is it petitions.com petition, or what is that petition thing called?
Oh, like change.org type thing?
Yes. So I screen recorded all of the messages, every single person that signed it, because I'm like, this is where they should look. Anyway, there was a petition going around. Anyways, let's go back to that. So I'm driving down there, and it's really slow getting down there. And I'm talking to one of my friends. I'm like, where should I go first? I kind of just wanted to get a sense for everything. And it's called Utah Valley University for a reason, because it's literally in a valley. Like there's like mountains, you go down, there's like a little goalie, and then there's the I-15. Like I-15 is right, like literally as you come off I-15, you're right there. There's a campus entrance. There's like cops everywhere. But the cool thing is, when I got there, they were already, this is a community of Utah. This is what they do. They were already draping flags over the overpass, like not just the cheap flags. They had these big old flags sticking it down the fence, and just the whole fence on the overpass is just covered with flags. And then I turned around because the traffic was horrible. I didn't know where I was going. I'm getting old. I can't see. So I was going to kind of video it. You know how that is. And they already had the flag at half mast, like on the other side of the road. And it was just like, I don't know, it was like a really weird, somber, it was like that presence. I don't know if you've experienced death, you might know what I'm talking about, Chrissy. When you go to a funeral, you can just get this overwhelming, I don't know, sense of emotion, and you don't know where it's sad. It was sadness.
It feels heavy.
Yes. And so I couldn't get into the college because it was right across the street. You get off the freeway, college is right there, and it's down in a gully. So I parked across the street where there's like a gas station. I don't remember what it's called. And so I'm sitting there. I'm just like, because I've never done like on the ground, like filming. I don't want to break any laws because I'm a rule follower like that. And so I'm kind of like sitting in my car and my windows rolled down. And the news guys, I could hear the news guys talking like, oh yeah, we have to stay here till 2 a.m. Like, I was like, someone just died today. Like someone who's beloved by these young men of our society. And I was like, I got a picture of their vehicle, don't worry. And I blasted it over X, but they're just like, I'm just like, I don't know. It was just really weird. But there, by the time, so I was sitting there and this kid comes up with a I love Charlie Kirk sign and just goes goes across the road. And then people are driving by, they see that. So there's more people that make signs that go underneath there. I was able to go under an underpass that went over to the side of the college. So I was able to walk over there and at least be by the people with the signs and kind of talk to the kids and whatnot. Just kind of watching. They were kind of clearing out at that time. But it was just like the sky is just like, I don't know, the sky was just like, it was, you could tell that I believe in spirituality. I'm really into like signs and symbols of like when someone passes, like the formations of the cloud, the sunset. It was just like welcoming someone home.
Wow.
And I didn't really stay too long there because I mean it would already been cleared out. Probably everyone was pretty much cleared out. There was
it when you got down there.
It would say I think I got done streaming at 3 o'clock. I left my house at 3:30, so I got down there by 5:30. So I hit rush hour traffic, so I was down there by 5:36 p.m. my time. So it would have been 8:30 your time. So it wasn't quite dark yet, but the sun was kind of starting to go down a little bit. But they obviously detain the cars until they can clear everyone out, get everybody cleared. So they were starting to let people leave. Traffic was finally normal. And as I was going, there was one girl that she had a duffel bag with a pillow and a blanket. I'm like, yeah, she's not staying the night because where the campus is. I was actually going to upload some pictures so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. I took tons of pictures just so you can kind of get a layout of what the campus looks like from an outside view. But the dorms are just right there, like within probably a 2-minute walking distance of the center of campus. The campus isn't big. It's a smaller campus. It used to be a state college. So then there was another kid that was
shot at like, what was it? 12:30 Utah time. So then you get there around
12:45. I found out.
Then you get there like 8:30. And so was
6 o'clock my time. 6 o'clock my time. And so it was 12:40 my time, Utah time. 12:30, 12:45 Utah time, I think, is when he was shot.
And was it crowded? So there were already people like out there mourning and with flags and signs. Wow.
Yeah, but they weren't really gathering. Like, I don't know. I think it's because it might be a Utah culture thing where people don't necessarily gather at a crime scene. Like most people are gawkers and would want to see what's going on. But for whatever reason, people weren't doing that. Like the places had the college cordoned off. There's only 2 entrances into this college as far as bringing your vehicle in. One's on the north and one's on the south side. But on foot, you can walk off the back into some little treed areas and there's subdivision and houses behind there.
Well, I'm definitely going to check out all of those photos that you posted. That's really, it's really deep. I don't know. It's the whole Charlie Kirk thing is it's hard to grapple with. So I'm definitely going to check out those photos. Thank you for taking pictures and for going to the site. I do have to get going, but thank you for having
Oh.
me, Chrissy. It was very nice to talk with Sally.
Nice to meet you, Lauren.
Lauren, have fun
Be
tonight.
safe.
Don't get too drunk. Don't get
Don't tell
with
me what to do. I'll get as drunk as I want.
Check in with friends. Check in with friends.
I'll be safe. There was a joke. I'll be safe. Okay. All right. I'll be safe. Bye.
All right, bye. Oh my God, I'm such a mom. Okay.
I'm the same way though. I'm like, don't open any drinks from anybody. Like, make sure they're sealed. That's not.
I saw someone in the chat was like, "Why would you go to the scene of this crime after this happened? Were you looking to just get a sense of
Because
like,
I don't know any podcasters. I don't know any content creators from Utah. I wanted to get a sense for the campus. Utah Valley is it turned into a very woke college. It's what Orem, Utah is. Because there's a lot of so the one reason is I wanted to kind of get a feel for just the atmosphere. And two, I knew that Phil Lyman, he's someone who ran for governor. He should have been our governor. He was down there. He had pictures with him before the event started. Charlie Kirk threw his friend a hat. He has it on video. There's a lot of people that I know that, in the politics, and I'm not super huge heavy into politics, but I know that my state's going downhill. We're going to be California in 1 or 2 years if we don't figure it out. And so for me, I want to know.
Yeah, so many leftists were saying, "Oh, you can't say that this guy was a leftist. He was, it looked like his family was Republican. He was raised with guns. Everyone's white. Probably all, Trump supporter. It's all." They were like, I don't know if they were saying that people had served in the military in his family, but then fast forward to today, Sunday, you find out he was gay and rooming with like a trans furry. So like it can speak to your point of even in a red state, in a red city, these universities
It's not red.
They
It's
radicalize
blue.
the kids.
It's blue. Orem. We are the only state in the United States during this last election that turned more blue. We didn't turn more red. We turned blue. And that college, so when I was talking about that petition, because that was the point, is these kids went to that college intentionally for the sole reason that they promoted the transgender ideology. They felt like they could be their whatever self. I'm going to say it what it is. Their imaginary freak self. That's what they wanted to be. And so that college is why they were going there. Like BYU University, Mormon, very red. They wouldn't let Charlie Kirk speak there.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Why though?
Because our state, I'm just telling you, Utah has been infiltrated.
Wow.
BYU has turned woke. They have allowed woke ideologies. And they're Mormon. Like that goes against everything. That is against all of everything we were ever. I want to say LDS. It's not Mormon. Mormon's like all of the cults and everything combined. So LDS, it goes against everything we're taught. Like everything is family, husband and wife. They don't even let gay people hold the priesthood, which is like, I don't know. That'll take me a while to explain what the power of the priesthood is. It's just like the authority to be able to give blessings and prayers and stuff like that.
Wow. I was listening to, I think it was something on the Daily Wire. They were talking to his priest and someone who was like on the board for TPUSA too. And he was like, Charlie would get death threats almost daily. And he still he knew the temperature out there, but he still with so much courage went out and spoke on these college campuses. It's just, I don't know. It's like, do you think he thought this could have happened?
I think that people underestimate Utah because when you come to Utah, there are so many nice people here. Like people put away their shopping carts. People aren't rude in the stores. Like ask anyone that's come from a different state and moved here or visited. People aren't rude here. So that's the general atmosphere. You see pretty mountains, you see beauty, but at the same time, there's a bunch of sheep. So you have those who are just in their faith, going about their business. They're raising their kids. They're not getting involved in all this other stuff. So that's the appearance that everyone sees, and it should be that way. But then you have these radicals that have been promoted by our governor. I mean, I still have to get this released probably this week. I just need someone to teach me how to clean up audio. So I have 7,000 minutes of undercover footage of how these transgenders, and not just you've got someone from the ACLU, you got someone from the Republican Party that pretends they're a woman at the Utah Gay Center, Pride Center, wargaming how they're going to infiltrate Utah, whether it be the schools, the churches, passing legislation, like getting businesses to threaten to pull out funding. So I've been waiting for Utah to get back into get any kind of attention so people start paying attention, because they like our governor has allowed this to happen with his DEI policies. So that he's allowed this to flourish here, and people don't see that because he gets out there and he's a silver tongue guy, says all the right things, the perfect hand. Like he just is so polished. He's like Obama with white skin.
I was gonna say, is he like a Gavin Newsom type? Like, is he just swarthy and wow?
Yeah.
Damn, I had no idea that Utah was so blue. I just
It's really not. It's just the pockets, right? So you have Salt Lake City. They've brought in between 2020 and 2024. They brought in 70,000 Muslims.
Oh,
That just in Salt Lake City, of a population that I think it's 300,000 is their population, maybe. So you bring 70,000 people into that city. That's 300,000. That's a lot of new people, and that's not including all the illegals. So Spencer Cox has made Utah a sanctuary state when we're not. Like they have their own tunnels at the Salt Lake City airport, where they go so that people don't see them coming into the state.
Oh, sneaky.
Yeah, coordinated with Colorado. So think what Colorado's doing. The same people that funded Katie Hobbs are the same people that funded Spencer Cox in his campaign. So think about blue governor, red governor. They're both rhinos.
Ay, God, that's really distressing. I boomered the audio. Yes, thank you, Squid. Thank you, Squid. Now you tell me. Deranged Lunatic, you need to start up Thursday nightlife again. Oh, maybe. Thank you, Deranged Lunatic. The Squid for 5. Thank you, Squid. The fact that millions of people across the world feel like they just lost a brother or a friend speaks to how good Charlie is. Yeah, I have never been. This is the first, like, I guess you could say, sort of celebrity death that has like really, really affected me. Like anytime they announce, like, I don't know, like Ozzy Osbourne, or just like, I have never felt it like this. This is like, I'm not gonna. It's not as much as, of course, when I lost my father, but it's like, really feels like losing a friend and a leader, and someone that felt so accessible to me. Like, even though we've only had like a couple conversations, it just.
Oh, you've met him in person?
I met him at the Turning Point USA, and then like had like 1 or 2 DMs with him over Twitter, like just to say like, hey, great job on Fox and Friends, like watching you, you're doing great. Because they started to like have him on, I think over the summer, like to cover when a few of their like main anchors were out, and I like didn't think he would respond because he's got 5 million followers and he's a really busy guy, and he responded like, oh yeah, it was like a long day, and I was like, oh my god, like so I don't know, it just. And he invited me to one of the America Fests 2 years ago in Phoenix. I went out there, and there were a lot of other like Ryan Kinnell from Geeks and Gamers was out there too, and they invite a bunch of people, like kind of, I guess, people who have like larger platforms, like, hey, we'll help cover the cost of your trip, like, and we'll give you an all access pass, like just come and be part of the event. And that made me feel really included and kind of special, especially when I feel like because of my views on the vaccine and just being like for Trump, like I feel like I've been excluded from a lot of circles in the last few years. So it was nice, like that. I don't know, that really meant something to me to I don't know, I feel to be kind of acknowledged in that way.
Do you think that you were more center leaning before the vaccines and the lockdowns? Were you more independent?
I started to really turn in 2018. So it was before, it was definitely before COVID. It actually, it was like it was woke leftist comedians who actually began my waking up process. And then going from hosting a show at the Stonewall Inn, which is like a gay New York City and also national landmark, going from hosting a show there to hosting a show on Compound Media, like just to see who stopped associating with me was very big. I was like, still the same person, still same sense of humor, like same connections can help you get on this show too. But just people wanted nothing to do with me because like Anthony Cumia was right wing. So and that was his network. And then yeah, being an out Trump voter and then going to January 6th. It's like these were all just like the process of like sort of several waves of like cancellation, if you will. And then after January 6th, some comics in New York City were like, we need to make a list of all the comics who were at January 6th so they can never be booked in this city again, blah, blah, blah. Like people on Facebook, you know, messaging my friends, like, just letting you know, Chrissy was at January 6th. You better unfriend her. Like that kind of bullshit. Really ridiculous.
Were you doing podcasts before January, before the lockdowns or after the lockdowns?
I started my podcast in January of 2020.
Okay.
And then
right when the virus starts going through.
Before, and then in May is when I decided, like, no, I need to do more than once a week. I need to do several times a week. Like, I want this to be bigger than like your typical comedian podcast. And most comedian podcasts, it's just them interviewing other comedians. It's very insular. It's you're not casting a wide net, and that's so it was May of 2020 when I realized, like, no, I want this to be like bigger and broader, and I want to talk to people who've been canceled or misunderstood by the internet. So yeah,
I remember going back and watching your old streams, and like it's amazing how when we first do it, we have a phone and a crappy mic, and then we get a real camera, and then we get a computer, and then it's like,
and then we still have audio issues, which is so embarrassing at this stage.
I do that. I hate it when I do it too.
It's so, and I am so not technically inclined. So when stuff like that happens, I just
I was doing this down below. Could you see me?
The dryer and shut the door. Yeah. Simon Ho, thank you for the $5. Liberals connected to mainstream news are disconnected from reality. Nobody celebrating Kirk's demise ever saw a full debate, just words out of context. Yeah, right on, Simon. And even I think it's a lot of just like repeating what you hear Access and Legacy News telling you about him. It's just so lazy.
I never watched Legacy News though. Like, I don't think I have since COVID, because I was lied to so horribly. Like, I was lied to so bad that I voted for Biden like that, because I was raising kids. I didn't have cable. I didn't watch TV. I didn't give a shit what was happening because I just thought the news lied anyway. So why would I start watching the news? Huh?
You said this is for 2020?
Yeah, 2020. I definitely voted for Trump in 2024. I was definitely like, as soon as they did the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, and when they cut off the fuel to Canada, right? And then they had the horrible withdrawal from Afghanistan, and then we had Ukraine. But those little events started me thinking, like, I was lied to. Like, I was hardcore lied to, and I wasn't happy about it because I'm not a stupid person. I just didn't know what I didn't know because I didn't ever watch anything. I didn't listen to YouTube channels. I listened to audiobooks. I listened to audiobooks because I was a nerd.
You weren't like keyed in yet. So it just didn't seem like it mattered so much. People in the chat giving you shit for voting for Biden. Look, she's here now. Okay. That's all that matters.
This is my thing, but I'm always honest about that because it's really important that we know and understand that people with education and knowledge can change their mind. Had I not known the truth and I just blindly was like, oh, Trump just effed everything up, and I never had that desire to learn or to change my mind, then I would have just been passing that around to everyone else. But I did learn the truth, and now I'm like truth mattered. Like, I hate being lied to more than anything. So I do tell people I voted for Biden and that I changed my mind because I think it's important that we could say, hey, you know what? I learned from this. This was horrible. But in Utah, it didn't matter because Trump won in Utah. So it did impact the election. Just saying.
Daniel Vargas for 2. Your governor, he is a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yes, he is. I've
Is
got
he
so much stuff on him that I've got to pull out this week.
Wow,
Gotta
yeah, I
take me
can't
the
wait to
time.
see all of it. Tammy Fayette for $2. Hello, Chrissy and Sally. Long time no see. Hello,
Hey,
Puppet
Tammy.
Hello, Puppet Tammy. I have a bunch of clips and things for us to watch, different reactions to Charlie's death and whatnot.
You should open with your monologue that nobody heard.
What do you mean?
Like your intro when you were speaking on camera. The only thing that we heard was your intro music. That whole entire monologue that you do was not.
I was just promoting my show dates. I was saying,
okay.
Everybody come to Plano this Thursday, the 18th. I'll be headlining the Mic Drop Comedy Club, and then I have more dates coming up. So for tickets, you can go to my website, chrissiemayr.com. What else did I say? I just said, yeah, I've been really affected by Charlie's murder. I was crying in church. And now I've been going to church more because now that I'm in this basically adult CCD class so it's like you're, it's the process of converting to Catholicism. So come next Easter, I will be I guess a full-blown Catholic. How exciting.
So do you get baptized and then you go through that process, or do you go through that process and then get baptized? How does that work?
I was baptized already as a kid, so they don't baptize you again. Like if you have one, unless you're I forget what sect they don't accept baptism under. I forget, but like all Protestant Protestant sects, like Methodism, Lutheran, if you're baptized in any of that, like that's fine, they'll accept that. But if there's one guy in my class who was never baptized, so come next Easter, like he's gonna do all of it: baptism, first communion, and then some, I forget, God, what's the third thing? I don't know, it's 3 things.
There's baptism, communion, and then there is, my neighbors are Catholic, and I always like I've helped them to, like, I take my camera because I have a nice camera, and I've taken pictures of like the quinceañera, like all of their like special events.
Thank you, David. Yes, it's
confirmation,
baptism, confirmation, first communion. And I was actually confirmed in the Methodist church, so like baptized and confirmed, but I just have to get them proof of my baptism, and so that's all they really need.
Interesting, because LDS, you have to get baptized, you have your confirmation, and then that's like completely separate. Like you do it all. Even if you were part of something else, you still redo that all the way over.
That's cool. I'm excited, and this is not easy. This is like twice a month, every month, from starting in June till next Easter. So but it's really cool. Like it's every class it's what college should be. It's the kind of conversations they should be having in college, like just talking about theology and philosophy, and a lot of just like bigger questions of like, why are we here? What does it mean to like live a life like according to God's purpose? Like how do you know if you're walking in the right direction? And like even today, and there's a deacon who runs the class, and then like there's one other girl who's not, I don't think girls can be deacons, I don't know what her position is, but she's like a helper. And he was talking about how he was talking to this group of 8th graders, and he's like, wow, there's nothing in like the teachings here that like we should be teaching these 8th graders about like chastity. Like that's not even, they're all about to go into high school. And then he said even in marriage there's like a chaste way to like live as a married person, and I was like, oh, that's fascinating to me. Like I'm gonna look into what that is. But I just feel like there's so much to learn. And,
I think it'd be more fun to learn as an adult, like because when we learn things as kids, we pick out pieces that are relevant to us with the context of life we have. But as an adult, I learn like philosophical, I learn things at a different rate because I have the context and my experiences to help, form, my thoughts. I find it so much easier to learn as an adult than I did as a kid. It's like 10,000 times easier.
Wow. Yeah.
I was going to ask you something. Yeah, I was going to ask you about your dad because your dad died in October, and I was thinking about this earlier when you asked me to come on. I'm like, I'm going to go on because I've got to see it for one. I've got to see how you're doing because your dad was brutally murdered, and I don't think like it wasn't just like he died from a heart attack or from COVID. Someone broke into his house and shot him, and Charlie Kirk was shot.
Garage, yeah. And it's like I've kind of put it out of my mind a bit, like because it's like a cold case at this point. I haven't really like followed up in maybe a month or two, and it feels kind of hopeless. So,
and they don't communicate either because they don't communicate with the victims, right? Because they have a case,
right?
And they don't, and it's not. I've dealt with cases before where they're like, sorry, we can't give you any information. Back to case. Sorry, I know you want to know, but we can't tell you jack shit about anything. You're just, and it's a very hopeless feeling. I think that when you're going through that.
And then on the other hand, I just feel like, oh, he could maybe call me. It just feels like it's been a long time since we've spoken.
It's been 2 years.
It's been 2 years, and like our relationship got a lot better actually when I got engaged and married. Like leading up to my wedding, like he and I got probably the closest we'd ever been, and I really had to. And now if he were still alive, like I just think about all the questions, especially now that I'm in this like adult CCD class. I think about what I would have talked to him. Like I think I would have been like, Dad, like let's talk about why you're so angry. Like what's that about? What's behind that? But then again, something I resented was that he did kind of treat me like a therapist. Like he just didn't have very many people he could, I guess, open up to, or maybe he very much opened up and vented to me. And it just felt like he was unloading.
Or he trusted you. He trusted you because you were smart. Like it wasn't like he trusted you to. It's not fair though, because you're a kid.
It's true. And then, which I was fine with until he went into the topic of, I haven't been intimate with your mother in 25 years or whatever it was. And I was like, damn. And he sounded like he wanted to leave the relationship, the marriage. And then my mom got brain cancer and he was like, well, I guess I'm in this now for the duration. So
that's really hard.
Yeah. I wish that he hadn't shared that stuff with me. But again, like if someone.
But he still stayed. Like she got sick and he didn't leave her.
Yeah. That's true.
That's tough.
I guess he gets points for that.
So how far apart did your mother die and your dad die? How far apart was that?
Mom died in August of 2018 and then dad died October of 23.
Wow.
So yeah, just 5 years apart.
Wow, that's tough. I just know that. So when I was almost 21 when my dad passed away. So, and I was younger and I was in college and all that stuff. And that was really hard. Like that was before my senior year of college. And it was really freaking tough. But when my mother died, and I think it's because that's my last parent that's here that gave life to me, right? But when she died, it was completely a different feeling than when my dad died, because I still had my mom. And when she died, it was like my whole world just fell apart. Like everything fell apart. Like I would go to a movie. Someone gets hurt. They fall down, scrape their knee, and I'm just bawling. Someone dies in a movie. I'm bawling, like the littlest things. And so I just didn't know where it's been just 2 years, how you would react, especially since it was the way it happened. So I hope you're okay.
Yeah. Did you say your father is still alive or no?
No, he died when I was almost 21.
Oh,
so my daughter was born 2 years after he died. And then maybe 3, I don't know, something like that. And then my mother died when I was 34. And she died of pancreatic liver cancer. So my kids were really little.
And liver cancer is brutal. I had a grandmother who died of that. And like my mom had brain cancer. And like those are two of the most brutal ways to go.
The pancreas is what she had pancreatic and liver. So she had stage 4, which means it was in multiple areas of the body. So, but the whole duct was blocked. You have your gallbladder, pancreas. You have those, but wherever the blood flow goes, there was the tumor, and so it was like.
That's horrible. It's So you said you lost your dad when you were really young. I've been thinking a lot about Charlie's kids who are like 3 and like 1.5. Like, their boy is the same age as my boy, and it's like, think about like what is harder, losing your parent as like a child, teenager, adult, or like you lose them so young, like 3 years old, and you don't even have like the coping mechanisms in place to deal with what happened. Like
I don't. So okay. So when I got divorced, my son was 3 and my daughter was 5, because I knew that there was no way we were going to solve it. There's no way things were going to work, despite the many years I tried. And so there was an age, and that was the age between 3 and 5 that I had to be out, because that way they could still have a good relationship with their dad and they wouldn't know the difference, right? It'd be hard for a minute because mom and dad aren't living in the same place. I think the breaking point for that little one is the fact that she hears the gunshot and she's running to the body for comfort because she's scared. Like she hears a loud bang, and so she's running to dad's body right after he got shot. So those things I think are going to be regressively there. I'm assuming that her mom's going to get her in some good counseling, and not let it.
And like, how much did she see
or understand?
Yeah. Like, how much did Erica herself witness firsthand? And I'm sure she probably did see all the different angles and videos that are out there. It's just so horrible. Like,
have you seen the unedited yet? The unedited version?
No, and I kind of didn't want to see any of them, and I just was scrolling through Twitter and I like caught a little bit of something where like it was just, but like, and then I quickly scrolled away. So it was just a flash of something, and so I'm just trying to like not
I can every time someone says he got shot, all I could do is see him on the chair and then see that moment. Like I just go, that's all I see when I hear his name now. I'm actually really surprised that I don't know if YouTube left it up, but X left it up in the past. Like when they had the beheading of that guy, that wasn't allowed to be up. They're not allowed to have the gore. Like you can see like the basic part of it, but the blood and the gore, like there was flat out blood spraying out of his neck on social media. And I don't think that young kids should see that.
No, I never want his kids to see that. And like, what's going to happen when they're older and they just get curious about it? And I mean, that's for like their mother and the people close to them to kind of navigate. But like, gosh, it's for any of you that have lost a parent or somebody close to you, it's like, now it's still the initial shock period. It's like, it's going to be Charlie's birthday next month, and then it's going to be Thanksgiving, and then it's Christmas, and then you have like the first year of all
and she's pregnant. You've heard that rumor that she's pregnant?
Stop. I was thinking about that the other day.
You not see how full her face with her. I was watching, so I was like, okay, I think that's why she did that Instagram video. Remember, she's very private about our family, and they're showing that their kid. Go rewatch that Instagram video that she put out. That's like however many minutes long, and now keep it in mind of what they're trying to say, but not saying, because they're like, oh, you've been really private for a reason with our kids and this. But someone in the Voice of America chat, because I was live streaming and trying to see what was happening, and it says, oh, and it was, oh, and she's like, she was pregnant as well. Like it was very confident. And I've heard other people say the same thing. Like, so I've just under the assumption that she's pregnant. Like, look at her. Like her face is, I'm not saying she's not a big woman, but her face is fuller. Look at her face compared to 3 months ago.
And I just thought that was like, grief changes you. I know, like you look at her earlier videos from when they're dating, it's like, oh, she looks like a girl, and now she looks like a woman. Like
her face is full. That first couple. I'm not okay. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm just saying that someone in Voice of America posted that several people have come up in spaces on X and have said, I heard this, but I don't know if it's true. And someone says, oh yeah, absolutely. Trump said that she was pregnant. So now I'm trying to find the verifying facts
you've
to
heard
verify that.
Oh my God. Okay, we have Scarlett in the background. Let's see. Scarlett, are you there? Scarlett.
Hi, everybody. How's it going?
Good. Oh my gosh. Sorry to bring you in on, just this
honey,
very depressing topic here of Charlie's murder. But Scarlett, where were you when you heard the news, and how have you been dealing with it? Like, what are your feelings?
It was really, really heartbreaking for me as well. And it was just because, so I found out I was in my car. I just got back from the airport. I was in Madison, Wisconsin, and also, Trump forever,
Great.
yeah. And then and Trump and darts, yeah. But anyway,
Ooh, you got the whole outfit.
yeah, and you got to find, the rain, that is set, just can't take the fire. And I think that, like, when I got, like, in the parking lot, started my car, it started, right? And then I was just out of airplane mode, and then a bunch of my friends had texted me and sent me all these videos, and then I was very, really shocked and disappointed and upset because he gave everybody a voice. He gave everybody the mic. He let everybody say what they wanted to say, and he let them think what they wanted to say. He didn't force them to believe a certain way. All he did was stand in front of a large crowd of people like a brave soldier would, and tell the truth from the heart of what he believed in. And he had people that believed in that. And then Americans, he's a real patriot.
Yeah, he really was. And like, I think the thing I took away just from everything I've been watching, my biggest takeaway from Charlie is like and why he had such an impact is he met people where they were. And it's so easy for people of faith to come across as preachy. It's so easy of anybody, even, over a certain age, who's just lived life and has a certain amount of wisdom. He did not come across like preachy or, I think, shitty to people. Like, sure, you could find
he never was
maybe sound bites or video clips where he's a little bit more like passionate, but I find even more clips where he is just like softer and sweeter to people. So I'm going to bring up this one clip that I saw, and I thought of you, Scarlett, because you've done the Whatever podcast.
Yeah, and he treated every lady on that podcast with incredible fairness.
Yeah.
And like an individual person, he talked to them by the name. He talked to them with respect. And coming from an industry where a lot of people won't do that, he is a man, a real man.
I didn't realize he was on the Whatever podcast.
He was
I know. That's why I love
out there, and he stood up for America and for people.
Let's watch this clip of him on the Whatever podcast.
Thank you guys for a respectful conversation, even though we see things very differently. And if you're engaged in the creation of that content, I think God has a better plan for you. I know that might sound preachy and not what you want to hear, but maybe you'll have an encounter with God, and Jesus loves all of you, and he can transform your life. He transformed my life, and every day is a new day, and it's a hopeful, beautiful life ahead of you. And God loves every single one of us. We're all sinners, and Jesus died.
You've definitely been the most respectful one that I've seen.
Well, thank you. That's very, very kind. And I can tell you, it's not me. If it was me, I'd be yelling and screaming. It's the Holy Spirit. It really is. I know it might sound silly. It might sound cliche, but Jesus has gone to work on my life. And so God bless you guys. Thank you for a great discussion.
Charlie, thank you for coming.
Thank you guys for a respect.
Like, just so sweet. And like, he's in with these, these girls who are used to, right? You did the show, Scarlett. You get there and you're there for like 9 hours with no snacks, no water. It's like a sweatshop kind of situation where they're just trying to get a viral moment out of all of you.
But the thing is, even the two hosts that I was working with in the Whatever podcast, all our messages were, I left because I was being challenged, and I was in the hallway, and I just left, and they asked me to rejoin the panel. The host, Brian Atlas, he's like, rejoin the panel, because he's like, I want to know what you have to say, and I feel like it's important. So it's like, it's not about debate. It's not about difference in beliefs. There's no hate. There never was hate. Everybody's a human being. And like, the thing with Charlie Kirk is, when I saw this, I was going to go to the Turning Point USA, and I think Lila Hart went, and I was on the plane this last year, and it was in Arizona, and I was on the plane and it started to leave. And then my laptop that I'm using right now was in the bathroom in the airport. And the plane basically, I mean, this was not an issue with the cops, but, you know, I had to go get off the plane and go get my laptop out of the bathroom. And once I got out of the bathroom, you know, I mean, or I would have been able to, you know, meet Charlie. Maybe, hopefully, and, you know, just to be there, like, you know, with the Vets Talking podcast. And, you know,
I know those guys. Yeah.
and we were on a podcast with him and the Drew guy, and those are good guys, and they all accepted me. It didn't matter what, like, whatever background they saw me as who I am and how I speak, and that's what Turning Point USA was about and is about. And I feel like people like that, those are American people, and those are people that we got to listen to.
Yeah.
And not fight and not accept with hate, because Charlie came to Madison. And when I watched the Madison podcasts, all I saw were people that just wanted to look at him as hate. And then I have videos on my phone of all these people saying, hands off, hands off. And they're marching down State Street in Madison. And then I made a video. I'm just like, looks like just a bunch of haters. Trump has two hands. And he's used those hands to sign and save people. Like sign things and save people and fight for people, and use his hands to basically convey everything he speaks and make a movement and create a movement. And Charlie always loved Trump.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that, Scarlett, because in my adult CCD class today, we're talking about like what is the church like, and it's like the people of the church are kind of like, let me see if I remember this correctly. So like God, like the Trinity, like, you know, the Holy Spirit, that's the head, right? So the eyes, the ears, but we as the people of the church, and the church just doesn't necessarily mean like people who go to church. It means like the community. It's like it's all of us, right? So, and we're like the arms and legs, we're the hands and feet. So the people are the ones that are supposed to, like, we're supposed to work and do the acts, like, you know, work. You know, God is going to work through us, and like we're here to basically like serve other people. That's why it's like we're the hands, we're the feet, like we're supposed to just like work for others. And I thought that was like a really interesting kind of metaphor. And you look at all these leftists who are so self-serving, and they don't seem like they have anything they care about in life. A lot of them like don't have a family, or they don't have like goals, or they don't feel like they're working towards anything bigger than themselves. And they're too navel gazing. And it's like when your life is just about you all the time, it's ultimately really unfulfilling. It's like you're chasing this perfection or self-soothing that's never fully going to be actualized. You know, I think that the happiest life we can all live is like, yeah, how do I serve my fellow human being? How do I serve my husband, my wife, my kids? Like how do I honor my mother and father? It's it's about like the responsibilities that we put on our shoulders, not what I feel like the left promotes, which is just, you know, where am I going to travel to next? Or like, what procedure am I going to get done on myself? Or like, you know, I just think of like the Kardashians, like what money am I going to spend on myself? Like,
I kind of feel like, I kind of feel like when we blame the left, and trust me, I'm far right. With all my knowledge, I'm far right, but blaming it just on the left, I think that we take our eyes off the ball. His parents were Republicans. He was raised in the LDS church. His bishop recognized him, went to his parents and said, hey, this is your son, convinced his dad to, you know, you need to have your son turn himself in. Right. So it's not like he didn't come from a good household. Like my son, very, very like has his shit together. But those COVID babies, I think between 2020 and 2021, those 2 years of people who graduated, they lost a year and a half of a childhood where they were supposed to be their most, like your senior year. That is supposed to be where like you're going to go into adulthood. And my daughter's a lot more, she's more sensitive, I wouldn't say she's a libtard, but she has those leanings of wanting to accept every single person into this country, you know, orange man bad. And I think that if we blame the left, we're losing sight of the real problem. Is it's these ideologies that are being pushed, whether it be through a Republican or a Democrat, wherever you're at. And I think that we got to like have our eyes open, because guys, this could happen to anyone. And that's
You're
that.
right.
I think that being like a podcaster or being a content creator, or, you know, being out there and you have a family, it's like, I think it brings home the fact that it could happen to not, I'm going to say not to anyone, but it really could. He
You're
just happened to be
100% right.
effective.
You're 100% right. Like, it doesn't matter, like how you grew up. You can be radicalized, like, at any time. I think like these kids are at this like really tender age of, I think, I don't know, between really like 16 and 25, I guess, you know, where your brains are still forming, and like you can be, I probably mostly college. College is probably like the most sensitive time where you can really be thrown.
And that's why Charlie came to UW-Madison, and he came to UW-Madison because it's a liberal college. I dropped out of UW-Madison. I withdrew 2 or 3 times because they would not give scholarships to somebody who was not a minority. And then it didn't matter. I had 3 jobs. It doesn't matter if you're white, whatever. We're Americans. If we're Americans and we're legal Americans and we're working citizens and we're people of the country born here, that, you know, working to be here and working for our living. And then guess what? I couldn't get scholarships, right? So then I was paying rent. I was paying for everything. I was like working 3 jobs. So then I started sleeping in and missing class by accident because I was working all night. And then at some point I had to withdraw because otherwise I was facing like debt with student fees. And then guess what? These teachers, once I got out in the real world, in the real workplace, and yes, my industry, I am in a real workplace because I pay tax returns. I file taxes like any other person would. I work with an accountant that works for people that do my parents' taxes, and they have nothing to do with my industry. They treat people fairly in the world business, and you treat that as business and industry and what's legal and follow that. And then him coming to Madison and talking to these kids that are being brainwashed. He helped Trump get elected. And I believe Wisconsin broke down the blue wall this year. So by breaking down the blue wall, what Wisconsin did was it was just basically saying, get out of here, you radical leftists. Get out of here, you radical people that are basically lying to us, because I was lied to. I was brought into school teaching that right is wrong. Basically, UW-Madison, there's proof. And UW-Madison, basically, and not to diss UW-Madison, but I have so many things that when they give you the mic, guess what? What you have to say, sit down, you're SHIT on someone. And I was not doing that. They asked me what I thought, and I gave them the honest from the heart opinion. And I was a college student, and I came from rural Wisconsin, and I didn't know what I wanted in life, but they didn't give me an advisor. They didn't help me. They didn't guide me. They put me out in the dark, out on the streets where I was working as a delivery biker for Jimmy John's all night until 5 a.m. I got home at 6 a.m. I got up for class at 9. And then over time, I just couldn't get up anymore. So then it's like people like Charlie are helping save Americans, people that deserve to be treated equally from being, he was a college dropout, right? And I believe he wrote a book about being a college dropout. And he was proud of it. And then I was proud of it. Once I started listening to Charlie, I was proud of it because I realized I learned how to be a human, how to get away from this brainwashing, and how to get away from these people that I got to make this is what I should believe to be right.
Right. And not everybody, I mean, like, I know so many people who do not have a college degree who are smarter than me, smarter than most of the people I know who have a college degree. It's not that it's meaningless. Like, it certainly helped me get certain jobs, but like, it didn't give me a purpose. It did not ultimately point me in the right direction. So And it definitely is not indication of your potential or your IQ. It's just like were you a good student? Did you do these things? So
or were you making sacrifices that put you in a state where you were surviving and then still trying to get an advantage where here's the people that got the scholarships, they had this advantage, and then you're working 3 jobs just trying to be awake, and you're like 18, 19, just trying to be awake. You're just out at night and you don't have the help and you don't have the resources, and you don't have the advising, and you don't have those because why? You're not eligible. Why?
They make it hard for you. They make it so
You're an American.
hard for you. And all you wanted
You're lied
was
to.
an education and not have to work 3 jobs. And, and they make you bust your ass and you get for what? Because you're white and they want to give it to someone else. It's so sad.
What you went through, Scarlett, was so unfair, and you deserve better than that. And like the fact that you made it through that, like how many people can say they worked 3 jobs and was trying to go to school? Like it's crazy you lasted as long as you did. That's an unsustainable situation you were in. Just ridiculous.
And I think too, I realized I was a conservative because my mom always said she was a liberal, and then my dad was conservative, right? So, but my mom's family was like very heavy conservative, and it doesn't matter if you're conservative or liberal. But what it comes down to is my dad's side of the family were veterans and farmers and working on a farm and working like physical labor. And my dad, physical labor. And my mom told him he was dumb because he didn't have a college degree. And, he told me one day in the barn, he said, your mom, he was crying. And he said, your mom tells me I'm dumb because I don't have a college degree. And look at people like Charlie Kirk, dropped out of college. He didn't have a college degree, but he's changing the world.
He's so smart. Yeah.
And he's helped people because we're people, we're Americans, and we have morals. And there's a Navy SEAL who saved my life when I was living in LA. He just treated me like a human being and brought me in and was like basically the parent that I never had, and a real parent and a real person. And he taught me about moral compass. And a moral compass is not something that you can be taught in front of a book and PowerPoint or some brainwashing, some, thing like that. These people that want to climb a ladder, these people that are trying to follow a destination when your purpose is in front of you. Your purpose is all around you, and you should enjoy life in the moment because future is not guaranteed. But guess what? I think a lot of these liberals, I see them in brainwashed mode. And it doesn't mean that they can't change or can't be different, but either they will be shocked out of it, traumatized out of it, or they will not get out of it.
Yeah.
Did he help you outside it? So you went on to the podcast. Did he help you outside of that?
Oh, Brian
Ellis and
Charlie Kirk. Like, did he help you more outside of that?
On the one that I was on. He was on it about a year earlier, but when I watched that podcast, it was the one with Charlie Kirk. So then I followed that whatever podcast, and they reached out and asked if I would join. So I went and drove from Las Vegas to California, Santa Barbara, way up there, wherever. It's about 7.5 hour drive, and I'm not used to those roads anyways, but that doesn't matter. I was willing to do it to be able to tell the truth and look out for people as human beings, right? Like, and not encourage people to do something, because that is the liberal motive, is to do something to make money and reach the ladder of success. And honestly, I think conservatives, we have humanity. Like, we're the people like Charlie Kirk, this person that, okay, I'm going to let this liberal tell me something that is not true. And I will be respectful, and I will be able to be intelligent, genius enough to not diminish, but
compassionate,
negate and prove them wrong, and they would agree. And honestly, every debate he's done, how could he lose? Because he did not debate by trying to make a truth a false. He did acknowledge truth, but then he really was brave enough to tell people if they were not right, and he was brave enough to hold by that. He's brave enough to hold by what he believed in,
because he was speaking truth, and he knew that the Holy Spirit was working through him. This is something that Sally sent me was just a little montage for Charlie.
I'm going under and it's time.
Oh, okay. I can't do that song. Let's see. Let's see.
I feel there's no one to save me.
Oh. Oh, is it from the Vigil?
Really got away.
Oh, this was from. These are all her photos from when she went to the university after. Okay, right after it happened. Wow. Huh. Wow. We love you, Charlie. Oh, this was at the hospital where they took him. Oh, man. If Erica is pregnant right now, oh my gosh, that's just oof. She must then be in the stage of pregnancy where it's like a little early and you can't really publicly announce it yet. Or who knows, maybe she is very pregnant and just can't really is just deciding to keep it private then. Wow. Ay. Look at all these signs. Oh, cool. I'm gonna cry again. That's probably what's gonna happen. Okay. let's see. What else can I show here? Yeah, I really like that clip of him on the Whatever podcast. That's how you change people, is like you meet them where they are and you're gentle with them, right? So here's a little clip of Charlie.
Charlie was really gentle without that when I watched, because he had a sense of justice and for everybody.
Yeah. And here is Charlie Kirk on the set of his podcast, just sort of like just being himself.
All right, I got a haircut. What do you think, Joe Bob? That's beautiful. Oh, you didn't get a haircut. You lied.
I did get a haircut.
Oh, then it's incredible.
It's not quite like the Blake. I sometimes walk in, I tell them, give me the Blake.
No.
No one asked for the Blake.
Oh, yeah, by the way.
I don't ask for the Blake because I do it myself.
Joe Bob was doing some light reading. The Marco Polo report.
If it's not a New York Times bestseller yet, I'm trying to make it one.
Do not read this unless you want to damage your soul. God bless, guys. All right, I got a haircut. What do you think, Joe?
What just a pure heart. And he wasn't a perfect person. He said a lot that he sinned and was very different before he turned his life over. Yeah, none of us are perfect.
No one is. And we all make mistakes. We say things we're not proud of.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the people willing to listen and think and decide with their compass what is the truth.
Yep. So it's like I've been thinking a lot like, am I black-pilled by this whole by everything that's been going on here? I go back and forth. So this is from Benny Johnson. Charlie Kirk changed the game with young voters. CNN even admits it. In 2020, Trump got just 31% of voters under 25. By 2024, that jumped to 43%, the best Republican performance this century. For the first time, the GOP even won young men, and that's the demographic that loved Charlie the most, right? The proof is in the numbers. Charlie Kirk helped to flip a generation.
God bless.
Charlie Kirk, I think, of course, it's important to note that one of his main missions was to engage with and bring younger folks over to the conservative side of the aisle. And based upon the results of the last presidential election, I think we can say he was quite successful in doing so. What are we talking about? Well, let's take a look at 18 to 24-year-olds who voted for Donald Trump. That is, voters under the age of 25. Look at this. In 2016, it was just 34%. Jump ahead to 2020, it was just 31%. But look at this past presidential election in 2024. Donald Trump's percentage of voters under the age of 25 jumped all the way up to 43% of the vote. Indeed, when you compare his percentage of the vote with that of Kamala Harris's, and we look at the margin, we can say that Trump had the best performance for any Republican nominee for president this entire century among voters under the age of 25. Now, when we dig into the numbers a little bit deeper, we can see even more of the influence of Charlie Kirk. What are we talking about? Well, let's take a look at males under the age of 25. That is age 18 to 24-year-old males, presidential margin. You go back to 2016, Hillary Clinton easily won that vote by 11 points. You jump ahead to 2020, you can see Joe Biden nearly doubled Clinton's margin, won it by an even larger margin. Look at this, a 20-point win for Joe Biden. But look at this past presidential election. Donald Trump actually won males under the age of 25. He won them by 3 points. And in doing so,
everything you heard about the 2020 election is true. 20 points? Really? Biden got 20 points on 18 to 24 males? Okay.
He can't even talk for himself.
Became the first Republican nominee for president to win males under the age of 25 this entire century. Now, one of the reasons that Donald Trump was so successful among younger voters was because of advice given to him by Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk said, bypass the traditional media, go straight on the podcast, talk to younger voters where they are. Indeed, that was one heck of a good piece of advice, because get this, where Generation Z prefers to get its news, only 8% prefer to get it on television. Look at digital, though. We're talking social media. We're talking.
Who are those 8% of Gen Z watching legacy TV? Maybe they live with their grandparents or something. Yeah.
Conservation.
Talking podcasts, etc. 86% of Generation Z prefers to get its news through digital media. So that advice that Charlie Kirk gave to Donald Trump to bypass the traditional media to reach out to younger voters, it was a really smart piece of advice. Of course, it wasn't Kirk merely advising Donald Trump to bypass the traditional media to reach out to younger voters.
I've heard people say too that it was Barron who gave Trump the advice to go on the podcast. So it's interesting that they're saying that now. Also, of Charlie, maybe they both had.
It could have been both.
Survived generations and been able to produce generations of different generations. So by doing that, he's able to be a voice for all generations.
All generations, yeah.
Charlie Kirk did it himself, right? Of course, we've seen all those campus rallies that he did, engaging with younger voters there. But of course, it was also on podcasts, on digital, where Charlie Kirk was engaging with younger voters. So get this, the Charlie Kirk Show podcast ranking, well, this past quarter, it ranked in the top 10 in news, ranked in the top 10. So it wasn't just that Charlie Kirk.
Wow.
Sorry for the music on that video. I knew it had music, and I was going to tell you. I was expecting you to play it while I was gone. I took my phone with me to the bathroom so I could hear. I'm like, oh no, there's going to be music. I don't want a strike.
Oh, oopsie. It's okay. It's okay.
That was the first vigil. That was the vigil at the hospital where they had taken him to, and it was closed down. The other hospital was closed down. They diverted 2 hospitals because the shooter still hadn't been captured at the time, but the community got together, brought out those flags. This guy came out, was playing that guitar. Tears were just streaming down his face. People were sniffling. They had flags on the side of the road, and were just cheering. You know, not cheering, but they were just like proud and trying to celebrate his life.
Sorry. Are you ready, Mary Jane? Should I put you in the back?
No, it's okay. I was just gonna take a hit of my bowl, but I'll just
take a hit of your bowl. She's gonna take a hit of her bowl. I'll be back in a minute. Sorry,
Charlie Kirk seemed to be a voice.
No, I just wanted to I was just telling you that that was the part of the story that I hadn't gotten there to yet. Because why did I go down there? I didn't know, but when something moves me, I do it. Like, because sometimes I get told to do something and I ignore it and I regret it later. But I was glad I went down there because they had that visual, and no one else has any of those photos or any of that stuff. And maybe his wife will see. I mean, they're going to have the newspapers that show up for 10 seconds, take some pictures, and they leave, right? Because they really don't care. But someone's going to see that. And it's like that memory was important. The people that cared in that community to rally, that were really saddened by his death, to be there and to show up and to, I mean, gosh, that was just hours notice. There wasn't like the thousands you would expect, because it was just impromptu. It's like, hey, we're going to go to the hospital and we're going to just do a vigil. And it was beautiful. It was somber. And I did make a live stream of it. My battery was going to die. And so I just opened up X and I just started live streaming, and I didn't talk a lot because the moment just didn't seem right for talking. So I just moved the camera, like, anyway.
Yeah.
But it was beautiful
to go down there and record and see what was going on. This was a cool tweet from Andrew Clovet, who is I guess involved in TPUSA. I wanted to share a report from TPUSA. The organization, so this is from today or yesterday, last night. The organization has received over 32,000 inquiries in the last 48 hours to start new campus chapters. To put that in perspective, TPSA currently has 900 official college chapters and around 1,200 high school chapters, with a presence on 3,500 total. Charlie's vision to have a Club America chapter, our high school brand, in every high school in America, which is around 23,000, will come true much faster than he could have ever possibly imagined. Truly incredible. Wow. It's crazy to see how much attention this is getting. This is kind of a cool one. This girl, Sarah Sizzle, who's she's already changed her bio. She says, "No more OnlyFans. I'll be hosting live streams on YouTube and TikTok with the intent of growing the kingdom of God and fulfilling his divine assignment for my life." Quite the shift. Yep. And then Benny says, "You're only just beginning to see the revival. Charlie Kirk was God's instrument. The Great Awakening is here." That's very inspiring to see. And this was a flight path that an Arizona pilot charted. Really beautiful. It reminds me actually of
hour after taking off. Local pilot paid his own tribute to Kirk this morning around 6:30 a.m. A flight tracking software.
How long does this even take to do?
Shows the pilot flew in this pattern near Phoenix, creating a cross
No clue.
with a C and a K. He landed about an hour after taking off.
Okay, so it took him an hour to draw this in the sky. It reminds me of like the Etch-a-Sketches like I used to have as a kid.
I love those.
Yeah, I did too. They took a lot of finagling, but that's beautiful, like really cool. And all the different sports teams that have had tributes. So this is the Dallas Cowboys honoring, let's see, when was this? Today? Yep, this was today. Dallas Cowboys honoring Charlie with a moment of silence before the game. I think it's pretty amazing to see this happening in sports when not too long ago we were still seeing people taking a knee for the national anthem. And here is Pittsburgh
That's
Steelers.
why I quit watching football. I watched college football.
Football. Do you think football's more like patriotic than, say, the NBA? Yeah, actually, I would say so. So the Pittsburgh Steelers had a helicopter fly over with American flags at half staff in honor of Charlie. Okay. This and also the Yankees did something before today's game. The Jets honored Charlie with a moment of silence and a special video tribute. $1993. My gosh, he was so young. I can't with the photos of the kids. Now I'm gonna be just looking at her face all the time. Sally trying to discern if she was pregnant. Oh my god!
Just look at her speech. Did you watch her speech?
I did. Yeah. Last night
did you cry like a baby bitch, like I did?
This one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at how round her face. Like, look, you'd have to look at when she's being asked, when the casket's being escorted onto the plane. Which I'm mad I came home early. I should have stayed the night, got in a hotel. But when JD Vance came there and they're putting the casket on Air Force One, Look at her legs and look at her belly where, her mommy parts are.
Oh, you think she's covering a belly?
I'm just telling you, you'll just have to look at it.
Okay.
I can't confirm. I've just heard from several people, but it's something that I don't want to say it's like 100%, but my instinct says yes. Because it was a chat that it was the American Voice chat.
Oh, this was her by the casket. That's so heartbreaking. I cannot. Oh, this was her getting off Air Force One. Oh my God. Oh, all the people that are.
It was in the casket video. So the casket, if there's the video with the casket, that's the one where she was being escorted. If not, I have a link for it.
Okay.
September 13th. I'm trying to find this other
The funeral was today?
I didn't realize that. I thought they were going to do a lie in state. I don't know. I thought the funeral was yesterday for some reason.
I know that. Yeah, that makes more sense because I heard they were doing something on like the 21st, and I'm like, that's too many days away. Maybe that's the memorial, and this was the funeral. Yeah, because you can't wait that many days. Oh, is it this one you're talking about?
Yeah, when she turns sideways. Hopefully, look when she turns sideways. Just play it. It's not very long.
Oh, this is not. You can barely tell.
No, I'll have to find the one. Maybe it's not that one. It's a different one then. If there's a side video. Maybe it's the video where maybe it's her Instagram video that's like really long. Oh, I didn't realize my camera was still off. Maybe it's her Instagram video where it's really long and she's wearing these pants and you can just see this.
Yeah, they have to do the burial within 24 to 48 hours. The memorial can come. Yeah, of course.
Why? What do you mean? Like, why are they saying what about the burial?
You got to do the burial like kind of quickly, it's you can't wait that many days. I don't know. Yeah,
He's not Jewish. That if he's Jewish, they have a certain amount of hours and someone has to be at the body 100%. But with Christians, no.
Right, you can't wait. You can't wait to. In general, you shouldn't really wait that long. John Orchard for 5. As a former soldier, I'm happy she voted. I served so she. Oh, they're talking about you. I served so she and everyone could have the right to choose. Thank you, John. Mitchell Fields for 5. I think 80 or 90% of the country is ready to start healing, but that remaining part is only going to be more hateful in their eyes. They can't be wrong. Yeah, and it's like, I guess you can't. There's going to be a certain percentage that like only God can change their hearts. There's no amount of anybody, I guess, right, it can change their minds.
I don't know. I feel like maybe, just maybe, if enough people have their minds changed, like it's sort of like this telepathy that just goes out, and these people that have been so far wrong that they're gonna have to just look themselves in the mirror and be like, maybe I am wrong. Like, yeah, like murder is wrong no matter what. I mean, that's not really that hard to make that jump.
What a concept, yeah. Ay. Scarlett, you're mooted.
Hey guys, I'm at my friend, my uncle's, and he's my brother in Wisconsin. So, he's really like being a good family figure and trying to help me actually just do a podcast with him, like my getting attacked by my boyfriend.
Good. Yeah, good. You can
focus. Get that aside, we've all been real sad.
Yeah. I want to throw up this quote of Charlie's that a lot of people you were seeing a lot of people say in the media, oh, like, well, screw Charlie because he said he didn't like the word empathy. But then the full quote is actually, I can't stand the word empathy. I think empathy is a made up new age term and it does a lot of damage. I much prefer the word compassion and I much prefer the word sympathy. Empathy is where you try to feel someone's pain and sorrows as if They're your own. Compassion allows for understanding. I prefer the word sympathy because politics has weaponized empathy.
I agree. My mom was a liberal, and she said I didn't have empathy for people. But then, like,
really interesting.
Yeah.
Your mom said that about you?
I'm gonna have to just. Oh, sorry, you were still talking. I was gonna say that I have a hard time with that because I'm someone who minored in psychology. And you have empathy and you have sympathy. Sympathy is where you've lived through that experience, so you can try to relate. You understand kind of what that person went through, and empathy is trying to put yourself in that person's shoes and trying to see it from their perspective. The word has been hijacked with empaths and empathic, which is not the same thing as empathy. And I think that that's what he means when that word's been hijacked. It has. But empathy and sympathy are important because one is never experienced it, but I'm just trying to meet you at your level and see what you're going through. Sympathy is you've lived it. I understand it, not at the same level because we're all different, but I get it. So there's empathic and empath. And those things are weaponized. They're used against us. That it's just my opinion.
No, that's a really.
What would you consider when someone like has sympathy pains? Like they, let's say, have a patient, and before the patient even tells them what's wrong, they're like feeling pain in their shoulder, and they're like, "Is your shoulder what hurts?" Like they
have you had a shoulder injury before?
No, I'm a physical therapist, and it's like people have always said I'm very empathic because I feel sympathy pains. Like that was part of me, even when I used to teach.
I would say that. So these are words.
I would
that
know
are
what's
Marxist.
wrong with anybody before they told me.
No, I think that those are Marxist terms. I think certain people have gifts. Like you can feel things. Like you can feel. Some people feel energies. Some people feel things in different situations, right? So you are able to feel that pain, and it's probably a gift, but it's not sympathy because you haven't lived it, right?
I always thought that was what empathy was like you felt it in your own body.
You can feel empathy. Empathy is trying to put yourself in someone else's shoes, and you're like sad, like your friend's crying, and you're crying with them because they're sad, which makes you sad, but you're not going through what they went through. Sympathy is, I got a double compound tib fib, you got a double compound tib fib. You know exactly what my recovery is most likely going to be like. You can put yourself in those shoes. But there's empath and empathic, which is not the same, completely different than empathy. But the words are so similar, and it's intentional, and that's what is weaponized empathy, right? That's weaponized. Like that's why they changed the definitions, they changed the words to confuse us. And I think that's what. Does that make sense, Mary?
Well, I mean, what makes sense, if, at least as far as Charlie Kirk goes, is that he was just talking semantics in that, and if the weaponization of it seems to be that they're saying, making it as though he had no feeling for anybody, and he was this like heartless, hateful man. When we all know, if you like, there you showed the extended quote that it was that just he was talking about the psychology of it. As you're explaining.
Yeah, but it's like the weaponized empathy of, yeah, but see, like even take like the border. We're going to allow these children who are being trafficked across the border because so let's keep the borders open, knowing that allowing it to happen means that horrible things are going to happen to children as they're coming across the border, right? So they're weaponizing this empathy, like, oh, the border, we've got to let these people in here. You know, sad thing, their country is so horrible.
To surpass logic. They want to surpass what's best for our country.
The border closed, and
but that's weaponized empathy.
The border, but
right there.
So that they aren't being trafficked across the border.
But you see the difference. But can you see how that's weaponized empathy, though?
Yeah, it's
how
important
like,
to
these people.
But what I mean is like these words of empathy and sympathy, right? Like I was put in a hospital in high school because I was told I didn't have empathy. But then I've made like the closest friends, the dearest friends, and I've cried for my families and my loving peoples that I loved, because I realized the people that you love is found because you're a human being from the inside out. You are not taught love. You are not taught empathy. You're not taught sympathy. You can't be taught this shit in school. You're not taught that shit. You fucking discover it and you fucking learn it and you fucking live through it. And that's what I feel like empathy is. And everything else, sympathy, human being, humanity. and heinous crimes are committed by people that are taught from the outside in. They believe what they are taught to believe that can lead them to the direction that they think will lead them to succeed. But was that success? Hell no.
Yes.
Sorry. I'm very, very passionate, and I agree with all you ladies, and I think all you beautiful and very smart, and I like all of everybody, especially Chrissy and Sally and Mary Jane. You're cool, and I like your name. And I'm kind of newer to this, but I'm the college dropout that Charlie Kirk treated people like me as an American. We're
No,
American.
that's great. And Scarlett, you represent a lot of people.
Don't
so-
leave us, Scarlett.
Oh no, honey. I'm here. I'm staying here. I'll always be here. I actually.
Oh, I thought you were leaving. Like, please don't leave. But you're like one of.
It did sound like it did sound like an outro.
So I was with my brother. He's a real patriot. He's a real human being. He saved my life. And this liberal system, has taught my brother wrong. And he's a good man. He's brought people in his life and helped so many people. But everybody makes mistakes. And know what? You make a mistake, and guess what? It doesn't matter who you are. You'll get treated differently for whatever. And anyways, I'm passionate about it, though, because he was more than a parent when I didn't have the parents. And you can't just survive on your own. You need love. You need humanity. You need, like, family. And the Charlie knew that. He knew he had to have family. Sorry about this noise. I'm going to mute my mic. My brother is really cool. And he's my brother Bill. And he's really cool. He was setting up these lights, and he almost burned down the house. So then I had to, like, adjust things and turn my camera off. So I'm going to have to turn it off again in a minute just because some stuff fell on the ground. It's flooding up from the ceiling.
You're okay. I'm going to show this little clippy. Sally just sent this to me. Now, is this a clip of somebody, a fan or a detractor?
No, he was there to watch Charlie Kirk.
Okay.
And this is just like right after it happened.
Okay, let's see what he has to say.
I saw Charlie Kirk get shot. He collapsed in his seat. He fell over to the side. He was carried off. He had blood on his arms. He had blood on his shirt. He was dragged off and carried out of the venue. There was a gunshot that rang out.
You okay?
I'm not okay. I saw someone get shot today.
Question. Yeah, dumb question.
I saw Charlie Kirk.
Did the woman ask if he was okay or if Charlie was okay? Let's see.
No, if this kid was okay.
Yeah, was this? Are you okay?
No.
You okay?
You okay? Like, he okay?
It almost sounds like she said he okay or you okay.
You okay?
He okay.
Oh, he okay. You're right. You're correct.
Oh, I thought he was asking if he was okay for some reason.
Well, he answered it as though it was asked if he was okay. But Chrissy, you're right.
Yeah, I think you're right, Mary Jane.
But he answered it as like, no, I'm not okay.
Wow.
He's in shock, obviously.
Yeah, that is an absolutely horrible thing to have to watch. Like,
I sent you a bunch of videos that I had bookmarked with what the description is in case if you want to play them, you don't have to. But I just like, I have these bookmarked from the day of the event.
Let me pull these up. These are good. Very illuminating.
They're things not circular. They're things that aren't circulating because they're just people I know from Utah.
Yeah. This guy, Just Phil Lyman. Oh, he follows me.
I told him that's who I wanted you to interview. He's going to run in 2028 for Utah governor. We got to get his name out there.
Okay. I'm writing him on my list. I've created a new list.
He's Trump 2.0. He is exactly aligned with Trump. Like I did so much research on him.
He's not orange enough. Okay, I will look into him. I was talking to Charlie Kirk moments before this. I yelled to Charlie and asked if he would give my friend a hat, and no surprise, he did. God bless you, Charlie. Oh.
There you go.
Oh, look at his friend.
Right on. You got it.
Oh, that's so cute. I didn't watch that part.
I'm just really amazed at how far Charlie could throw these hats. Like this is like the fourth hat throwing video I've watched today, and I'm just like really impressed.
He's like bigger than life. Look at him just on the ground. Like he's tall, strapping. I don't know.
Yeah. Very strapping. Look how many people came to see him.
Look at that. 2,000 people.
This is incredible.
Look at this. Look at the building to the far back. Those are looks like people on top of that.
Yep. But also, like, why the hell didn't it occur to anybody to look at the freaking roofs?
I don't think they thought that someone was going to come shoot him.
Well, that's
why
what happened.
not?
With Trump, though.
He
I
gets
mean,
death threats almost every day. Why wouldn't they think of that?
Fair point. I don't know. It's
security failed him.
I mean,
they should have had binoculars and been like, and you know, with all that they had the money. You know.
Wow.
There was some black influencer that I read today that was like, Charlie Kirk is not racist, and was saying how he had paid for all of them and all their flights to come to a Turning Point event. And he was like, did you see that video?
No. Well, maybe we can find that. Let me see. Let me pull up. Yeah, and further down in that thread, someone said, does anyone realize he never promoted himself? He always promoted Trump, 47, or MAGA. Yeah, because he was selfless.
I love how it was like, these guys are ignoring me. I'm talking. I'm like, oh yeah, my mic's muted. No, that's what that kid was saying. That one kid that I did talk to, and I didn't put him on camera because it was just a sad day, and I just wasn't trying to get clicks off of it. But he said that the family should sue the school because there is more security at a football game than there was at that event. And when these people have these venues at these colleges, they have to pay to have the event there. And then, so they pay the college, and then the students' fees or whatever that they pay to attend, then they can get that benefit back. So they already paid the college for the venue, which means they should have provided security like they would to a football game, baseball, whatever, right? And also he had his own private security on top of that. So they failed him. They absolutely failed him about not having enough security.
Yeah. Why would that? He was so big. Why would that not be?
And this happened. Like, look what happened to Riley Gaines when she went to go speak, you know, when they locked her in, and
yeah,
like they're known for being violent.
Yeah.
Especially towards anybody on the right.
I'm just so mad. Okay, now I'm mad about it. Now I'm entering my mad stage. Okay.
You look beautiful, Chrissy.
Thank you. And that's all that matters.
What you
it's 11:11.
11:11, make a wish. Okay, let's make a prayer. I pray for Erica Kirk and those babies. May God give them strength to get through this, and all his close friends and family. Rest in peace, Charlie. This is so sad. Okay, so you sent this to me too, Sally. What the actual hell shot?
That's just a picture of Charlie and Phil Lyman, right? He should have been governor of Utah, but it got stolen. But that was before the event.
Wow,
these are just things that I captured from his timeline because he was at the event. So he took this picture. Then he had that video of that kid throwing the hat out. And then there's a video. So if you go from the order I sent it in, was the order of like the events from that day, most likely. But then there's a video of the Ring doorbell where the cops are coming up, and you have the shooter walking down the street. Is it? Yeah, I think they have the shooter walking down the street. It was a Fox interview, I think. Fox and Friends. I don't remember who interviewed him. But that's the Ring doorbell because he was at his aunt's house in the neighborhood behind. You have the image of this shooter walking down the street and
limping,
and
right?
You see his car there. What was that?
He was limping, right?
Yeah, I think he put the gun in his pant leg.
That's what I think too. That's because then he wasn't limping when he ran away.
Yeah, I think that's what I don't know. There's a lot of unanswered. That's my thoughts.
I think he strapped it to his leg.
It wouldn't surprise me.
So there's also like, I don't know how much I want to get into this, but like I'm sure you guys have seen like the conspiracy theories flying around, like it, everything ranging from it was Israel, this guy's the transferee is a patsy, To he didn't really, it's his wounds don't make sense. People think he was wearing a bulletproof vest. Oh, he wasn't. The wounds do not line up with what people think, like how he was shot.
Or that he wanted it and it was to be a martyr so that his whole message could be greater than it is. It's like, no.
Who would want that?
No
That's
one.
twisted. Nobody wants to be a martyr.
Charlie was
I've
a
seen that.
brave soul his entire life. He put himself out there and he had no props and he had no people he had no intense security. He put himself out there because he is an American.
And he wanted to meet the people one-on-one. Here's what I also think.
I'm going to send you the one of him
his head from a bullet.
where the person is challenging him to fight, where it just proves that he's not violent at all. Did you see that one?
No,
Right,
I
I'm
would
gonna
love to
send
play
you
that
that
though.
one.
Also, he had kids. There's no reason somebody would want to be a martyr when they have 2 little babies.
No, there's another video of him saying that better than meeting Trump, better than F1, better than all these things was going home and his daughter grabbing onto his leg.
Yep. Which is the best feeling in the world. I
It
highly
is.
recommend having a little kid hugging your leg. It's the cutest. This video that you sent me, Charlie. Oh, okay. This is kind of interesting. This is from Phil Lyman as well. Okay, let's explain this. Around 2:30 today at the UVU campus, what is the rush to clean a crime scene? Is that what they were doing here?
Yeah, it's all cleaned up. That's today.
Well, I mean, they do rush to clean it, I think.
Huh.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, this is a high-profile murder.
Yeah. Well, let me think about it. If they're doing that today, Sunday, maybe they want to try to get it ready for school on Monday.
I mean, they have the guy. They're not going to leave his blood everywhere.
Supposedly they have the guy. Supposedly they have the guy. What if there's other evidence out there? Maybe there's more than one person involved. We don't know that.
I mean,
my thoughts.
What more information is the blood on the ground going to give?
That's
no. I guess
it's very annoying.
Well, you could look at it from the other. If they did leave it there, why are they just leaving his blood out there like that, like a spectacle?
Have people there for Charlie.
It should have been closed down for a week. Just my thoughts.
I'm not totally against it.
I'm not a detective. I don't know. I'm not going to say.
Yeah.
But still, why was this guy on a roof? Just how Trump's shooter was on a roof, just about the same distance away. Why was that guy allowed to be up there? Why did he get to jump off a roof and run away and get to be away and be free and be an American, which he was not?
I think he basically utilized misdirection. It's like all the attention was on Charlie and everyone, and the crowds were rowdy. And I think even his security most likely got captured by, the spirit, basically.
He's absolutely.
And this guy had a plan. I was reading that there was, messages on Reddit and other forums where it was something exciting is going to happen at the Charlie Kirk event. So unfortunately, there were even warnings that could have if security had been more on it, could have been on top of that. And I would think if you're Riley Gaines or you're anyone that speaks at colleges going forward, even you, Christy, I would be checking. I would have somebody, checking to make sure that there's no serious hate campaign. If I'm going somewhere, I'm going to check, because if you look the trans Tifa, basically, they are violent. I've posted on my page so much of their violence.
Did you just make that up, Trantifa?
No.
That's very clever. I will credit you for that.
I never heard that. I heard trifecta.
Trantifa.
They are. He wrote on the bullets.
Right.
Sick. Why was that kid given a gun?
Well, it was I think it was his family's gun, Scarlett. It might have been his dad's, because they did hunting.
And it's not the problem of the family. It's the problem of the teachers, I think.
It's the ideology. Yeah. It's it was his online presence, I guess. It's because someone else in the chat said that the guy who did it wasn't it wasn't college that radicalized him. It was his online activity.
Mm-hmm. Well, and even
College
we
absolutely does
had a
radicalize
in Wisconsin, and they thought it was transgender person, but it was like a 15-year-old girl, and like it happened 4 miles from my house, where from I live, and then basically, the answer was not the parents. It wasn't the problem of that. It was the problem of a system that is based off an education where those that are the rebels, that are the artists, that are the musicians, the creatives, the people that actually feel like, hey, I've been hurt and this might not be right, no matter what way it is. Like, they're the people that will drop out of school, drop out of a system, like Charlie. And I dropped out of a system. I dropped out of a school because it was a school that did not give Americans rights. Equal.
Yeah. Thank you, William Kalel, for the $20. As always, love this show. But please rethink the term brainwashing. Washing means to clean, remove impurities, not to put under control. Charlie washed college kids' brains like Jesus healing the blind. Oh, that's an interesting different
I
way to
meant
look at it.
brainwashing by the college that I went to, UWMS. They had liberal arts colleges. Why do we have liberal arts colleges and not conservative arts colleges? Right? So what I meant was Charlie was washing and cleansing the minds. He was freeing the chains that we are held by, we are told I got to bow down to BLM. I got to bow down to everybody else. But in reality, all we are free expressionists. And if you're a human being, you're not going to force and you're not going to hurt somebody to express themselves and be an artist or whatever. But honestly, this radicalism, this leftist radicalism needs to stop. And that's what's going on. And that's why Charlie came here to UW-Madison to fix that. And guess what? We tore down the blue wall down here because of Charlie. So God bless.
So true. Richard Hello, Richard Throbin. It's thanks for the $5. It's nice to see the tributes. Hey, Scarlett, my mom is a liberal too. It is hard to get her to understand my logic. Good night, everyone. Oh, good night to you, Richard.
Thanks, Richard.
My mom is too. I mean,
a lot of your moms are because they're taught to be feminists. You know, that was
that's true. They're from that generation, right?
I don't blame my mom because she's come around to me, but in the beginning, she totally outed me, and I did what I had to do. And
but I'm getting to my mom slowly but surely.
Yeah, you come around, and guess what? Then you don't come around, and then you survive. But I'm a daddy's girl.
Aw, deranged lunatic from 199. I think Charlie could have been president someday. Oh yeah, I didn't realize it.
God damn, yes.
When he was still alive, but now the more stuff of his I watched, it's God, he was so smart, so smart. It's like he is the best ad for you do not need to go to college to be successful.
And not just that, he did not have to do anything for shock value. He did it from a place of truth. Where a lot of some of these, either they're far right, far left, it doesn't matter. He listened. He gave people speech. And guess what? He told the truth, and he told it from a place of God, a place of respect for people, human beings.
And sometimes he was out debated, and he said, "You got me." Like, we don't see a lot of those clips, but he did that happen. Like, he was able to be like, "You got me," you know?
Because he's willing to learn from mistakes, as every real, true human being is willing.
Oh, here it is. This is to show that he's not violent at all.
Take the first punch. Let's go. Put up or shut up, Charlie Kirk.
You know
Put
what?
up or shut
So,
up.
first of all, it says very clearly in the Bible that we shouldn't harm those that are worthy of protection, and you obviously are.
You're just worried I'll kick your ass.
Well on Medicare age. But let's play this out. Despite the obvious fact, and you and I both know who would win this duel. However,
6'4".
Well, hold on a second. This is a great embodiment of the American left. You can't debate, so you want to go to blows. You can't. The only thing that is preventing us from this country from going to civil war is debate and dialogue. And you don't even want to have debate. You want to go and you want to wrestle like a 7-year-old. Who here is actually dividing the country?
A gentleman's fist fight. You know what that is, right?
Again, I would like to think that we are elevated above trying to go have a fight in the streets or a fight in front of 2,000 people. In fact, a mark of civilization is that we don't have to go to blows or bullets, that we can have discourse and debate, but yet you're inviting that.
And you know that out here in the West, that's a bunch of bullshit.
Oh, really? You don't debate out in the
Real
West?
men stand up for
You
what
guys,
they believe.
you guys don't dialogue in the West?
Come on, man. Look, I know.
How about
I
this?
know.
Why don't you, since you're a 70-year-old aged elder and you want to have a fist fight with a 31-year-old,
Is that how old you are?
why don't you tell me what a woman is?
Oh.
See, I am not here to debate you.
Oh,
I'm here to prove you wrong. Prove you wrong. Prove him wrong. So either put up or shut up. I'll walk away. You tell me right now.
Get out of here.
I will say this. I'm not going to fight you because I don't have to. Because you know why?
You don't have to.
You are acting as if someone who is very desperate, who is clout chasing. We are going to remain peaceful while the left promotes violence. We are going to be the peace because, as Christ our Lord said, blessed are the peacemakers, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Thank you, sir, and get out of here.
Whoa.
Get out of here. Get him out of here.
First of all, like,
Get him out of here.
this man is
God bless Charlie.
so out of touch. Like,
what's a gentleman's duel, first of all?
God bless Charlie's a real patriot.
how's like this old dude looks sad. Like, you're actually challenging him to a fight. Like, how out of touch are you? Like, you're not.
Like one punch, this guy's brain
his nostrils
is
are so
hitting the
big
back of his
he's
skull.
Yeah, he's
fingers up and
old.
push him
He's not in
backwards.
good shape. He doesn't look like tall. I mean, like, yeah, his age and physical fitness are the biggest things here, and just how immature. Like, Charlie really illuminated just how immature he sounds. Like, let's fight, man. And then he even says, "I'm not here to debate you," because he can't. He doesn't have the mental build.
He wasn't there for debate. He was
to
there
match
to talk
to match him.
people and listen to people. And what he had to do was tell people the truth. And what he did to that guy was that guy wanted to threaten violence against somebody who stayed grounded, because you did not need violence to find peace. But
it's so sad that, like, everything you need to know is in this video right here. Like, we shouldn't have to come to blows or bullets. And it's like, it's so heartbreaking. Like, that's exactly what happened. So, wow. I just, like, I give him such,
needed that
I
guy.
have such respect for him. Like, I'm sure he knew the risks, but just did it anyway. Just had the courage to wake up every day and continue this work.
Well, when you've been doing it
It is,
without
right?
injury, without any kind of incident, and we all get up and we go wherever we go, you don't expect anything to happen. Like I said, he was in that spirit of service. I think
Right.
that, like that, and it really is contagious. So and unfortunately, I think that's really what the shooter used, was that everyone was in that trance and captured by
feeling safe. I mean, it's like,
because you should be safe. We all
feel
are
safe.
safe. We're here right now.
Yeah, as a person who talks for a living, you should feel safe going out and talking in public.
Oh God.
You don't expect to get shot on stage, right? I mean, but we don't have metal detectors at every comedy show. Like, it can happen.
And they didn't have metal detectors at this outdoor venue. I had heard somewhere that, like, it was supposed to be indoors, but because of some, like, LGBTQ thing, they had to be outdoors.
In Texas or Charlie Kirk's event?
Charlie Kirk's event. But it was like,
Radical leftists.
so many
should-
people.
They set him up.
because they probably it's outdoor. What
Knowingly or unknowingly, like
act of humanity.
It's so sad. Mitchell Fields for 5. As a man, I'm finding myself not lost in emotion, but rather asking myself, what can I do to make this world a better place? What a rational reaction to all this. This is why we need men in our lives. That's good, Mitchell. It's
God
very
bless
productive.
men. Men have saved women's lives. Men have saved men's lives. Men have saved America.
Men
And
are
the
the
world.
best. We love men.
I really love men. Men are the reason why I'm alive. If I had met real men in my life, that would have been a man. And it's not being a man. It's being treated equally, giving respect to a man and getting respect. And not just getting respect, but being treated like a human being by men. And you believe in that.
Testify. Yes. K-Max, thank you for the $20. What media did this shooter consume? Mainstream media always blamed YouTubers on the right when violence occurred. They could blame on the right. I assume this shooter got his view of Charlie from someone online. That is a very good question. I don't know. I heard rumors that people were saying right away, oh, he's a Groyper. He's a Nick Fuentes follower. I haven't seen
Oh yeah, that bitch.
proof. I haven't seen proof of that. It seems like there is more proof of him being a leftist.
Yeah, he
From-
had a transgender, you know.
The whole, having
Honestly,
a
guys, I
trans-free
agree.
boyfriend.
Charlie Kirk is an intellectual. He's a patriot. But people like Nick Fuentes, whatever that guy, guys, they're doing things for shock value. They're doing things for attention. They're doing things for views, for money. They're trying to make $1. And Charlie Kirk was putting himself out there at all these universities, all these schools, all these states across America to tell the truth and be a human being. And honestly, people like Nick Fuentes hiding in the little homes are weak. And honestly, I'm not a hater, and I don't like to say that, but honestly, what if, it's true. What if people like Nick Fuentes did influence this? Because Charlie Kirk did not deserve this. He went all the way out to Santa Barbara.
We don't know that, Scarlett. We don't know that yet. I don't know if it's like been made clear, like who,
and whatever. Nick Fuentes, whatever. I don't know him that much, but he's not that far away.
You should really listen to Nick Fuentes. He did a monologue. No, I'm just saying the other night.
But also, there's things he said.
On? I am.
Yes, I can hear you, Sally.
No, just Scarlett, just real quick.
Value of himself to get shock value because he can feel safe behind it.
I know. Hold on, Scott. Hold on, Sally. Did he do a monologue about the Charlie shooting?
Yes, so it was the night after. It was the night after it was a couple days ago. Don't remember if it was Thursday night or if it was Friday night, but he had done a monologue, and like I am someone who I look at all of these people and I try to see what are they bringing to the table. Are they inciting violence? But I was really shocked by his messaging that he's like, even though that me and Charlie Kirk were rivals, meaning that they butted heads, right? Because Charlie was just bigger than life. And on social media, they went head to head and they would spar back and forth online. But when I listen to Nick Fuentes' messaging, they're so similar to Charlie Kirk's messaging. The difference is one goes more against Israel than the other person does. But he said, I do not want anyone to take up arms. I don't want anyone to violently protest. This is a time for peace. And he gave Charlie Kirk the most respect. And like, you'd have to listen. Like I get goosebumps right now because someone told me to listen to it. I'm like, whatever, because we were doing a space on it. So I had to listen to it so I could talk about it. And I was very moved. I was very surprised. I was very shocked. We have to remember that Nick Fuentes was a young boy when he first started doing all this stuff. Like me, I had a total different opinion in 2020 as I do in 2025. People grow with knowledge. People change their opinions with information. A real person will adapt and they will change who they are based off the information. And at the very end of his monologue, and I wish I could remember word for word what he said, but it was praying for his family, praying for his children, praying for his wife, and just like it was just really an amazing. Like it was really good to see him come out publicly and say those things. So no one's going to ever take Charlie Kirk. He's never going to take the mantle of Charlie Kirk because they're not the same person. They have different messaging, but as far as kids going to the gym, as far as kids, young men, right? Young men going to the gym, young men going out instead of going to college, go out and start making money so that by the time you're old enough to run for office, you might have the money and the means to do so. If not, you're going to have the money and the means to pay for someone to do so. And that was like, their messages are so similar. There's just a couple of, Charlie's just has never faltered. And other people have. That's just those are my opinions, of course, based off of what I watched.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, Charlie should have had the Red Sea path for him to run for Congress, to run for the White House, to run for any of that. But yeah, if this is argument over people like Nick Fuentes or Fuentes, however the hell you say his name, who in the fuck knows? Because people like him, honestly, when you watch that, you see somebody who's trying to strike up, like trying to light a match to create hate and create war and create against Americans, against people that were united against each other. Like, here, I'm close to you, but now, oh, he's right. Okay. And he's saying something that is opposing to everything that I as a right. And you don't have to be I'm not a feminist. So I could say that for sure, because I'm not a feminist. And God bless America. Everybody in this freaking house is a man, and I'm fucking safe. So honestly, the only people, it is not about if you're a man or woman, but there's people that will hide behind the little chairs and the little desks and the little fake green screen backgrounds.
I have a green screen.
Hey, but Chrissy's green screen is hot.
It's rolled up and it's rolled
That
up.
is real original, and that is
Always
Chrissie
that.
Mayr, a real
Jim,
original patriot.
Thank you, Scarlett. Jim Marshall for 2. Have Scarlett debate Leonardo. They are polar opposites. Oh, I wonder if you guys might get along. Long last name. Thank you for the $10. Veterans are very upset about Charlie. The man could discuss with others and act with character. He didn't need violence. He used discourse. They brought a gun to a microphone fight. Yep. Very well said.
Weak. That's weak.
It is weak, but it's like at the same time, it's like they fucking killed him, man. It shouldn't have happened.
It never should have happened.
It just seems like, he should, like, certainly had the means to have enough security to look for these kind of things. Like,
Do you guys think that there's more than just left and right, and that there's like this sort of like middle grounds that are knocking everything up in between? It's like knocked up in between, and then you got your left and right, your true patriots, and then everything else is messing up and like scrambling your eggs in the morning and everything.
Well, his message was all about security, right, and not taking away,
God bless, yeah,
gun rights,
pro freedom.
Well, he believed, he believed that we needed guns in case.
God bless, yeah. There's a lot
what's happening in the UK, basically.
Gun sales are up since Wednesday.
Yeah, it makes sense.
In Utah, there was 18, just one store. Gun sales, I think they sold 18 since Wednesday, which is a lot.
What's
and
it
it's
like
not
in Texas? Oh, sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I was just thinking there must be guns everywhere, Chrissy, right? Because they can open carry in Texas, right?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I think maybe you can open carry in Texas.
You can in Utah. That's what I was saying. In Utah, gun sales are up a lot.
State.
But they're not the hunting guns. They're the pew-pew guns.
Interesting.
Listen, New York is open carry, isn't it? It better be.
I don't think
New York
so.
is not open carry.
No.
Oh, sorry, I'll be quiet. But God bless America. God bless our rights. God bless the Constitution. And God bless Charlie Kirk for defending that.
This is a nice moment when Charlie heard the news of Trump winning.
Fox News decides Donald Trump is president of the United States. We've got our republic back, folks.
Let's go. There it is.
Gosh, God bless America.
Everybody should remember this moment. Look, I'm gonna echo Charlie from earlier. Remember where you were when this happened. Remember where you were when you realized that the Uniparty and all of these, just the establishment, you said it's time to actually participate. And look what you guys have done.
And if anyone deserves to get tears in his eyes, it's Charlie. I think we all agree.
I think Erica was chopping some onions or something in the break room.
No one has worked harder than Charlie for this.
We gotta hear some words here from you, Charlie. You put all this together, my man. Let's hear it.
I am just humbled by God.
It's all God. It's all God. God alone. God alone. Decision desk has it. Pennsylvania. It's
done.
It's beginning.
I remember it took me a while to be like, what? He really won? Like I was in disbelief
I won money on that site that you can Kalshi. I knew that he was going to take all the amount he took and
gambling, Mary Jane. Unbelievable.
I don't know how many of you guys had. I have one TV in my apartment. It's a little apartment. It's a Samsung, and I had Charlie Kirk. He was telling me the results of the election, and then when he was announcing it, I was cheering, and that was a moment that I remember on the couch cheering for for President Trump.
Yeah, wow, and you heard it right from Charlie.
was
I was
amazing.
watching that stream
What a
too. I was
mo-
watching
Wow, that
because
guy-
he was with, I think, Pasobik, and I was watching like their stream and then going back and forth from like Tim Pool. Okay, this is Patriots in Plano, Texas, where I'll be on Thursday at the mic drop. Patriots in Plano, Texas, line the streets with American flags, chanting "We Are Charlie."
We are Charlie! We are Charlie! God bless Texas! God bless America! We are Charlie! We are Tony! There she is.
This is amazing.
God bless that he was able to create this sort of power on earth.
Yeah. That's so amazing. Wowie. What do you girls think about all of the people that are getting fired now from their jobs for getting caught? Well, I don't know if it's getting caught, but they publicly post their celebrations of Charlie's death, and then now they've gotten fired from their jobs. Do you think this is a little bit of reckoning, a little bit of like, this is a long time coming from the left? They did it to the right for many years. Or do you guys feel like, well, now that makes the right no better than the left?
I'm against cancel culture, but I do have a concern that anybody that is cheering the death of anybody is not someone that I would want to be working as my doctor or my nurse, or, you know, like that. It does say something about someone's, you know, mental capacity and moral compass.
Damn right.
Because when people that I didn't like have died, I didn't go on and cheer them. I mean, maybe some people cheered Osama bin Laden's death. I'm trying to think of anyone's death me personally, anyway, I don't even think I did that, not because I felt any feelings towards it, but I mean, it is still a human life. I'm just not like, yay, someone's dead, you know?
Imagine it being your baby and they grew up to be whatever. They're a God blessed given life.
Scarlett, do you think people should be fired from their jobs for celebrating
death?
Celebrate, of course, yes. The reason why is unless his death was a death that where somebody was taking a bullet, like this shooter, yeah, give him the death sentence. Reason
We have
why?
a firing squad in Utah.
What are you guys? What? No, nobody should be dying. Nobody should be dying.
No, I'm talking about the person that killed Charlie Kirk. Utah has
yeah.
a death penalty and it's
Give 'em
firing
the death
squad.
The reason why is because we all take responsibility for every decision we make in life. And we are given responsibilities. We are given options. We're given freedom where God blessed us. America is giving us freedom. So God gave us freedom. So guess what? You take away someone else's freedom, guess what? You deserve America. Humanity deserves justice for your sins.
Sally, how do you feel about people getting fired from their jobs over celebrating online?
So I feel like freedom of speech means the government cannot persecute you for your thoughts and your opinions. It does not give you the freedom. I mean, companies have the right to say, you don't represent the values of my company. So it's up to the person who owns that company You know, if they get this information, they could decide, oh, we're going to keep this person or I'm going to fire this person. That's capitalism. That's America, where we have the freedom to choose. But our government should make no laws that shall infringe upon those rights.
I agree with that. Even if you are cheering someone's death, I agree with that.
They should never cheer anybody's.
So, like, your private
That's what we're
company that
saying.
you work for could decide to fire you because they go, ugh, like, wow, you didn't print a Charlie Kirk flyer and then you called it propaganda. Yeah, that's bullshit.
It's a hire and fire at will, right? It depends if you have a contract and you have something, then fine.
And even if someone is
You're
a
bound by your contract. But if it's a hire and fire at will state, they can fire you for stubbing your toe. They didn't like the blood of your toe, and you can be fired. So
If you're too hot, you can be fired. A dentist did it. Remember?
I don't like cancel culture. I haven't been advocating for people to get fired. That's just me.
Everybody here. Of course.
This is murder.
Like, I got fired for not taking the jab. You know, I didn't see that coming. That was not in my paperwork when I got the job. But I guess, like, it's up to them, right, to do whatever they want whenever they want.
And I lost comedy gigs because of my trans views.
Yeah.
But yours was government mandated, right? That's the difference. The government mandated these companies to fire you because of not being vaccinated. This is different. This is the government's not requiring these companies to fire people.
Right.
They are just getting information and they're choosing to fire them. It's a hard line. I don't like mob rule mentality. I don't like group think. Do I think everything they're saying is vile? Yes. But at what time are they? We could end up with a Democrat in 3 years, guys. And we have to really keep that into consideration. They will turn this exact same mentality on us. So we must uphold the values of the Constitution. Our freedom of speech means our government can't persecute us, but companies can. If you don't have a contract, it's hire and fire at will. They have that freedom to do so. Your words have consequences.
I agree with you. I'm not really in favor of the whole calling someone's job and for anything that they said online and, like, you know, the doxing. And I do think that, like, people are so quick to do that, whether it's someone at a baseball game behaving badly or whatever. They're just like, we're going to, take away your job and your livelihood. Like, we're going to get you disbarred. They want to do it so bad. And I don't really understand it. I don't really understand the obsession with that. Like, you can just chastise the person online and
people are human and people are fallible and people make mistakes. Like, I do believe that that is human nature. You're at a baseball game, you're unruly, you got drunk, you were stupid. That's one thing. But if you're a teacher and you work for the government, you don't work unless you work for a private school, then it's up to them, right? You're a surgeon and you're advocating for the death of someone. Then do I want you to do surgery on me? Because, like, if you're going to allow someone to die or have those thoughts, I don't want you to operate on me. Like, I think that there's the line there.
Yeah, I agree. Exactly.
Yeah. It's like, we don't want you teaching kids. Simon, or adults for that matter.
Aww.
Thank you, Simon, for the $2. Some of the firings are fake political theater. Ooh.
What was
how
that?
do we tell the difference? This video really struck a nerve with me. This was unfortunately I had to share a Dom Lucre video. No, it's not his, but this is footage that a mom took of her kids. Well, I guess I don't need to set it up because I'll ruin the surprise if you haven't seen it yet. But this is truly appalling.
I have the best news ever.
Donald Trump died?
Second best news.
The vice president died?
Okay, third best news.
That Elon Musk died?
Okay, no. Nobody died. My best friend's getting married.
Which one is it?
Taylor Swift! Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got engaged! I have the best news ever.
These poor kids have been indoctrinated.
They look malnourished.
Yeah, first of all, like, I thought her legs were broken.
Yeah, I thought she was doing some kind of punishment, some kind of like, squat
This
punishment.
mom has gotten these two girls to the point where they're like, I have the best news ever. And the first thing they say is Donald Trump died. That is, then you are failing these kids as a parent. Like, then you are filling their brains with garbage. The vice president died. Elon Musk died. That the fact that your kids have the Trump, Vance, and Musk as like their public enemies number 1, 2, and 3, you are absolutely failing them as a parent, and you're teaching them. I don't know. It's blowing my mind.
That's
and I'm
their
sure
approval. That's their mom's
It's
approval.
radical leftism
right?
as a parent. And honestly, my mother did this to me as a kid. She told me that I had to not eat certain foods and things like that. So I was just basically given a few pieces of broccoli on my plate every night for dinner. And then I ended up in a hospital because that's all I got to eat. And then that kind of parenting, yeah, that's leftism. And it's not because I know no rightism. My dad's a right, and he fed us mac and cheese and hot dogs, but also we're Americans, and we play football, and we play sports, and we go outside, and we do recess. But then these liberals, some of them are just want to be stay inside, study your books and all that crap.
You got 3 pieces of broccoli
Oh
for
God,
dinner.
yeah. My mother, I remember trying to give me chickpea freaking Moroccan stew. Why was my mother? I mean, sure, she wanted to be a chef. She tried to cook me Moroccan stew for dinner every night, and I didn't like spicy food, but I was too young to tell her that. And then I got down to like 79 pounds, and then
How old were you? 75 pounds.
To make sure you're alive. You know what I mean? Like
How
that
old were you?
You're okay. So in that sort of sense, yeah, if these children are underweight, and they are underweight, and they
are underweight
by that terms, or there's also genetically skinny, where some people are genetically women weren't.
But
Really
they look malnourished.
but they've been liberally trained to be that way. By
that, this
like
was
my
state.
mother, and I love her. Yeah, I love her, but also we have a distance. And she's
I don't know that abuse has a political affiliation.
Yeah.
I think just abuse is abuse.
I'm turning her. I promise God. God bless. Because she used to work for the guy that made the atomic bomb. So if I can turn my own mother, she can freaking. Oh, he's the hydrogen bomb. Yeah, Edward Teller. So if I can turn my mother, I can freaking save the world, baby. Who knows? God bless. God bless these people, Americans.
Yeah, they're really skinny.
I'm emotional.
But she's also setting them up to be the kind of people that would,
God darn it. Why does our society have to
their
look at
her
this?
approval
Why?
of saying that Donald Trump died or
right.
Elon Musk. Like, so if that's what they're thinking is going to make her happy,
they're just being trained.
She's this video is obviously staged, but it's the propaganda that she's putting in their heads from 4 and maybe 8, 9 years of age.
maybe even younger, even at 1 year old, you can have a kid say, "Who does grandma hate?"
Yeah.
Mom.
So like my mother took me to a hairdresser just to get me curls. And the woman did the curls. I was only 6 years old. The woman did the curls all the way down to my scalp, and it burned my scalp, and I remember the pain. And then we went back to my dad. He said, "You put our daughter on the first step to hell." My dad is conservative. So guess what? You know what? Why'd you got to give your little, and you give your daughter, you're telling her this is what pretty is like, and you're burning her scalp, and then you're taking her back to her father, who doesn't know how to express the pain that he's seen that you could have given your kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those are some weird looking kids.
These kids,
What does their mom look
they're
like?
surviving, and they'll fucking get through this.
They will.
They will fucking get through this because they have faith, and they will discover faith, and they will discover.
We'll see.
They will. God bless them. God bless them. They are not going to die. You know why? Because I didn't fucking die. I was alone. So no one says that, questionable if they live. You know what? This is a fucking human being life.
Scarlett, I want to come across this screen
questionable about
and
how
give you
they're
a big hug. I want to give you a big hug right now. Like, I wish you were Utah.
Don't tell me that. Okay.
I just said, who said you're borderline?
I thought you said border cross borderline.
No, I said I want you to come to my state so I can give you a big fat hug. Like,
Okay,
come,
I will
let me give you a hug.
if I saw you in person, because I treat everyone like a human being, and I
love you
as human beings, and I believed in them, and God bless that for life.
Has
and
someone
I found out that they will discover how to survive like I did on my own, because they had each other.
Has someone accused you of being borderline? Scarlett, Scarlett, real quick. Scarlett, has someone accused you of being borderline before?
No.
Oh,
Never.
okay. You just reacted to that. So I was like, it just shocked me that you reacted to that. I would never call someone that.
I was not overreacting. Honestly, I only mentioned borderline because I discovered that this year. I discovered that there's borderline, right?
Personality disorder?
Actually diagnosed with OCD, and I'll be honest with everyone. Obsessive compulsive disorder, like the show Monk, where the guy actually helped discover murderers because he decided to double check every single piece of the floor for a fingerprint that could lead to the murderer or the person that could have shot somebody or killed a patriot.
Do you know what OCD comes from? Having a hard childhood?
I don't want to fucking know. Why?
No, it comes from a mother that feeds you broccoli every 3 pieces of broccoli. It makes you upset. You keep busy so that you're distracted from the realities of what your parents have done to you. I used to have this, literally, and I still do to a degree. I get you. There's this. You're not broken. You're not broken.
A sweetheart. I didn't know who was talking to me because
Sally is. I love you.
And Sally, and honestly, I'm so sorry because you are a sweetheart, and you were just trying to talk to me like a human being.
I love you. I love you.
I'm used to being that's my reflex, right? And I'll tell you,
I know.
That's the reflex to be told you're crazy, to be told that you're hurt. And then you meet with people like
you're not crazy. You're not crazy.
Who actually tell you why you're hurt. And it's not because of you. And
it's not your fault. It's not your fault.
We're not wrong. See, that's the problem with America. None of us are wrong. None of us are hurt. None of us are depressed. We're put in situations where we have to find out on our own how to survive. We have to find out on our own to survive. And some of our mechanisms to survive did not work for us in the long run. Or if they did work for us in the long run, they are influenced by what works for us in the long run with other people.
It's what's available at the time and what you're able to work to survive. Because for some people, it's about surviving. How do I make it till tomorrow? Do I live in my car for a couple of days? In the freezing winter, do I have enough blankets? Do I have enough gas to live?
I get not died. ACDC.
Exactly. You lived. You're here, and you're amazing, and it's not your fault. It's not your fault. And you know what? One day you realize it. You're amazing.
He's an American hero. Well, he's
you're
from
beautiful.
Australia.
You're
ACDC.
beautiful.
Everybody's heard of ACDC. He died in a car alone because no one had the nerve.
All right, we got to interrupt because she's saying the baby's crying, and she's got to wrap up the show.
But no, ACDC is a popular enough band to mention.
Chrissy's baby's crying. Chrissy's baby's crying. Scarlett, stay afterwards and I'll talk to you. Stay after Chrissy ends and I'll talk to you, okay? You comprende?
I understand. I'm an American.
But stay back and talk to me. Well, because she's got to leave to feed the baby.
I don't talk to anyone.
No, but I want to talk to you. You've talked to me.
I have a bunch of family members that have kept me alive.
Just talk to me for a minute privately off stream. Just talk to me. Just talk to me privately for a minute after she ends.
God bless America.
Love you. You're amazing.
And I love